na pica, safada sem vergonha. Vai sentando na pica, doidão de maconha. Presta atenção que o bagulho é doidão. Trava essa puta quicando safada. Senta malvada, quica malvada. Trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada. Trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada. Trava na ponta da pica e não para. Ai, senta no meu palhaço. Vai senta no palhação. Vai, senta no meu palhaço. Vai senta no palhação.
Naquele pique, só couro brabo. Me chamam de proibido porque eu vicio rápido. Combinação perfeita, sexo, cerveja e maconha. A novinha viciou, tá tudo curtindo a onda. Naquele pique, só couro brabo. Me chamam de proibido porque eu vicio rápido. Combinação perfeita, sexo, cerveja e maconha. A novinha viciou, tá tudo curtindo a onda.
Só socadinha, você tá dando vinho. Só socadinha, você tá dando. Só socadinha, você tá dando vinho. Só socadinha, você tá dando. Só socadinha, você tá dando vinho. Só socadinha, você tá dando.
Esse é o DJ Holanda, tá lançando a nova moda.
É o DJ Holanda, imã de piranha.
Welcome to a Wednesday night Confluence stream debate review of what happened on Swords of Reason, aka Speakeasy's debate show 2v2. Marte, Lethe, freaking who else is on that? Vinci and somebody else. Do I know the other person? Teriak. Yeah, of course, Teriak. How could I forget about Teriak? I missed it because I was live at the time, so none of you should have pre-watched it. We're gonna be watching that now. We got a super chat though. To start it off, we are doing a guitar fundraiser. That's right. So Confluence can serenade you, and Kokomo is paying for one string at a time. We'll build this guitar. Thank you, Kokomo. I truly appreciate it. If you guys want to join and react along with me, also we're gonna watch a special thing just to get the dopamine going right off the bat. I saw this today. Maybe some of you have seen it as well. I don't know how long it happened. It was posted in the clip compilation today. So we're going to watch this brief thing first. But if you want to join the panel and react and give us your views about feminism, okay, that's what I want to know. Has feminism benefited modern relationships? You tell me, okay? And I'll also tell you. It's kind of like, that's how I guess a conversation works, if you think about it. But good to see you, Daniel. Oh, wait, I missed my thing. You can join by clicking the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. It's also in the description if you think about it, and you must. Good to see you, Daniel. Good to see you, Topanga. Good to see you, K2. Good to see you, Nightbot. Good to see you, K2 again. Good to see you, Section 230, first-time chatter. Always appreciate the newcomers. Anyone else here that looks like everyone's just talking amongst themselves? That's great, though. We like the engagement. Hit that like button, by the way. Hit that like button. Get that algorithm going or whatever the fuck happens. And yeah, okay, so now I will try to multitask while I remove these things from the studio so I can load the dopamine fuel to really get this dopa train a-rolling. Good to see you, Brett. I see you there. Wait, that's not the right thing. That's not the right. I can't multitask. I lied to you guys. I can't multitask at all. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to watch. Again, I don't know when this clip exactly happened, but Speakeasy made a little compilation, and there's one clip in particular that I wanted to show everyone if they haven't seen it yet. I just want to say that, so if you peek around the corner, you can see that's it. That's our Ava in the back, in the bottom left there, and that's Grid One Motorsports on the right. And I remember when this whole drama was kicking off, I perhaps untowardly asked Ava what his stance was, and he didn't seem happy with the question because I guess at the time he was more in the middle. I've since learned he doesn't seem to be in the middle anymore. So we'll watch this brief 20-second absolute. Well, you'll watch it.
I wasn't being disingenuous at all. Just so we're clear, if you know you're having a fight with somebody, you've called them out on the internet, and you know they're coming through customs. They're coming through customs where they cannot bring a gun. You do not bring your gun to a fist fight. Absolutely. If I was in the military and I chose someone to have a fight.
Obviously, this is for those of you who don't know, which probably everyone knows about Glenn Lawrence dropping his gun. Allegedly, I don't know if he's admitted to it, but yeah, so that's what he's talking about. Because Speakeasy obviously couldn't have brought a gun. He went from Canada to Texas, so he brought a gun. That's the context of this.
Someone in the military, I leave my gun at the barracks.
I'm not gonna interact with you when you're doing this, dude.
Because you're being
disingenuous. I'm not gonna interact with you.
You're being disingenuous.
I've been 100% genuine. You're full of shit, Avarice. You want some energy? Here's some fucking energy, Avarice. You're full of fucking shit.
Sure. How am I full of shit? Where am I?
Because I've gotten into fist fights when I was armed, and I took my gun off and I handed it off to somebody else. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He didn't plan on doing that. He didn't plan on doing that. He didn't plan on doing that, Grid.
You're a
He
pussy.
wasn't even thinking about
And your
that.
energy sucks. You literally can't have a conversation. I have to ramp myself up just to have a conversation with you. You are literally incapable of having a conversation. We were all sitting here calmly talking, and you come in like a fucking idiot. I don't like you, Avarice. I'm tired of you.
I don't like you.
Go away.
I don't fucking like you.
You are literally a spur.
There we go. I don't like you.
Cannot have a conversation.
You're a disingenuous bitch.
You can't. I'm not disingenuous. You are. You are. I'm 100% being real with what I'm saying.
So I would say that's a bridge burn. I would say, I don't know, call me old fashioned, but that seems like a bridge burn to me. So I just wanted to show all of you that, for those of you that have not seen it. So I think Avarice has changed his mind since this originally started, and I asked him whose side he was on. He wanted to stay out of it. So yeah, drama fluence right off the bat. Absolutely. I saw that clip this morning. It fucking got me fired up at like 6 a.m. or whenever I saw this. And I was like, holy shit, let's fucking go. So Avarice has firmly chosen his side. And, it's probably the correct side, if we're being honest, And I understand why Avarice wanted to remain neutral, of course, As do I in all things, but only because I'm unbiased, not because I don't have a side, So, oops. Yeah, okay. So now on to the debate, which again, none of you should have pre-watched. Okay, you're contractually obligated by joining this panel, by even chatting, by even watching the stream at all. You're contractually obligated to not pre-watch. Let's go into this. I have no idea who won on this at all, or who lost, or whatever. I like all of these people. Well, I've only talked to Marte once, but I like him, so I'm interested to see how this goes. Because I'm also ambivalent on the prompt as well, to be honest with you. Because it's kind of a strange question. Depends on how it goes. But Vigi and Lethe are in the affirmative, so it's going to be their burden. Okay.
A few voices.
Yeah. So every argument you're about to hear tonight boils down to one claim: feminism costs us something.
I shouldn't have to tell you, Brett.
It costs us a version of relationships built on coercion, and it replaced it. What it replaced it with is safer, more satisfying, and more honest than anything Marte and Teriak are about to defend. And by the end of this debate, you're going to know exactly why. Let's be precise, because most debates on this topic get cut the second they stop agreeing on terms.
I've only seen it.
I'm not going to let that happen tonight.
Avatar.
We're not claiming every marriage in 2026 beats every marriage in 1955. Nostalgia isn't evidence, it's a mood. We're claiming the structural changes feminism actually won, legal, economic, and cultural, moved the average exactly where it counts. Who's safe, who has a choice, and who's trapped? 3 pillars. The first of
that's the thing. I mean, not saying anything negative, but in my experience watching Vigi and Lethe and watching Teriak and Marte, Teriak and Marte seem like stronger personalities, in debates. And so I feel like this is kind of a mismatch of energy that we're going to see. And so, yeah, it's probably going to get dragged into all sorts of abject nonsense. It's Keelan. Keelan, you're the first one here. Confluence 389, Jones' favorite version of Confluence, if I recall. How you doing, Keelan?
I am Confluence 389.
Are you Little C Confluence? You look like Little C Confluence, actually. Now that I see it.
Little C Confluence. I've never read the Bible.
I have read the Bible. You take that back. I've read it almost 3 times.
You're Big C Confluence.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's true. I thought Little C Confluence was making fun of Big C Confluence. Isn't that what a Little C conservative is, if you think about it? Oh,
no,
shit.
I thought Little C conservative was making fun of like moderate, like air quotes moderate conservatives who just don't give a shit about politics.
Oh, I see. I guess that makes sense. Well, we have a version of you, Keelan.
That guy's a fraud.
Keelan.
That guy's a fake.
Little K Keelan. What would Little K Keelan say? That's hard. What's Keelan with, like, if you tone him down? He's kind of just like, meh. He kind of like hopes one day communism happens, but he doesn't really care.
Yeah, someone
like
else.
Basic point. Like true communism has never been tried. That would be a Little K Keelan, right?
If someone else does it and they take all the heat for it, hey, that's kind of cool. I'm not doing it. If they do it,
I don't even care about communism anymore. I care about a society of abundance, which essentially makes capitalism obsolete.
Weird. Capitalism has brought us the most abundant societies in the history of mankind.
You should try Christianity.
See,
me and
hilarious.
We're gonna get our abundance.
Hey,
the
hilarious
thing about like arguments against communism is people when they say capitalism has caused the greatest society ever, and the response is basically just like, yeah, it's been talked about already. Like, it's a precursor to socialism, which is a precursor to blah blah blah. Like, they don't understand the historical progression that a lot of communists believe in.
Are you saying a society couldn't just, this is actually an honest question. Are you saying a society couldn't just start off socialist? Like, I understand you get to late stage capitalism and stuff like that. Like, I get the Marxist progression, but I never thought that was like, I thought that was like an inevitability. I didn't think that was like a necessary precursor that you had to start with capitalism to even arrive at socialism. There's some societies that have lived pretty socialistic. Couldn't they develop into bigger societies?
So I haven't read enough Marx. I do know when I was reading Walter Rodney's book on Africa, he's a Marxist, and he basically said Europeans had to go through so he starts like way back where it's like a fake version of, not a fake version, is like what do they call it? It's something communism, but it's not actually communism. It's like what early societies they think they did, which I think it's been debunked. Like, there's been trading and shit like that. But then you have like feudalism. Then you have, after feudalism, then you transition to capitalism. Then you continue.
What do you mean, like barter systems and stuff?
No.
Because they say that's been debunked, but I don't believe that.
Yeah, there's a specific name for it, but he also claims that societies like Asia and Africa did not have the same progression as Europe, and he doesn't necessarily believe that they would have to have a capitalist stage to progress to socialism or communism, because their societies are a lot more community-based than the West is.
But if that's the case, then going back, then if capitalism isn't a necessary precursor, then it seems like your initial criticism seems a little like unfair to be like, well, of course capitalism has provided the best societies, but you need capitalism as a stepping stone to get to socialism, because it sounds like you don't actually need capitalism.
Europeans certainly. So the argument would be Marx was a European, very Eurocentric view on the world, which is one of the things I dislike about him. And so when he's like making these claims, and I'd have to read more of Marx, I haven't read enough of Marx, but it's from the European point of view, where they did need capitalism to progress as a society, because they have limited land, limited resources. They have to have capitalism, right?
What up,
Tyler?
Hey, cuz
Tyler is staying around for a hot minute.
But these are really just like, you could consider them like philosophical arguments, because I think either works. You could make the claim for either, that capitalism is unnecessary. Capitalism is necessary. You can claim that capitalism brought us a great society, whatever, but that doesn't mean that a different system wouldn't bring us a good society. It just means that we haven't had a system other than capitalism that brought us a
Right,
good
but
society.
it's weird to think of capitalism as merely incidental to producing the greatest societies. Like it could be the case that maybe like it could have
I'm not claiming
any
that.
number of directions, but it doesn't feel like it's like
I'm not claiming that.
But then we have to give capitalism some credit for producing the best societies.
Yeah, I give capitalism credit. I'm not saying capitalism is like totally bad. I obviously hyperbolize when I say like all the shitty things about capitalism, because there are quite a few shitty things about capitalism.
I don't know if there is a direct correlation between a good society or shitty society and its type of economic system. I'd say most of the people that were trying to do socialism were doing so like with the best of intentions, and I could see a nation with a capitalist economy going completely haywire and being completely amoral and evil. So like I don't know if the economic system ties into the greater society as a whole, but more prosperous, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, I haven't like weirdly, I've probably I don't know if I'd call like the Communist Manifesto academic, but in an academic sense, I've read more critiques of capitalism than I have socialism. Critiques of socialism is just like me hearing debates and stuff like that, because it just has never been like that compelling to me. But so at least Marx's critiques of capitalism, I do find strong that it will like lead to like to exploitation. So I think it's the best system we have. Like I'm going to pull one of those democracy styles, but I think there is problems. Whereas with socialism, I don't know. Is it just like, is it functionally problems, or is it just that like government structures are always going to like abuse things? And that's the real exploitation along the way is, you know, the government's. Brief pause for a super chat. Sorry, I know I just ended my sentence, but I hate to do that. But K2, thank you for supporting the Guitar Fund. Get those super chats in. Confluence wants to go on the weekend and buy his guitar, and he will serenade you guys. Okay, if the super chat goal is met. I'm tired of Hassan Piker talking about taking my wealth. European was colonized by Rome. You had me in the first half. I don't know what the last half really means, but because Rome.
Yeah, does he know that Europe or Rome is in Europe? Does he?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but thank you, K2, for supporting the Guitar Fund. Sorry, Keelan, what were you going to say?
I think so. I haven't really heard a socialist versus capitalist debate that wasn't just like slinging shit because like one side doesn't understand the other whatsoever. But Marx was arguing against basically what Kirk was trying to argue for against Tyler, and Tyler mollywopped that without even going into those more advanced critiques that are out there. And I think he wouldn't go into communist stuff anyway, because then you're just going to be labeled a communist.
Yeah,
there's a guy named. Oops, sorry. I just wanted to say, if you want one of those debates, I can get you one. There's the Soho Forum. That's their favorite topic, and I can get you like Ben Burgess versus Gene Epstein on the topic. Where I mean,
no relation.
Gene Epstein's been over this topic so many times that it's hard for him to like go back to the basic argument. So he might lose you on a certain things. You have to go like look what he means by a few of his arguments because he's so in the weeds. But it's a really good faith argument. The argument is when I was on the Raging Tomato last, I did a 2v2 of socialism versus capitalism, and they never even tried to address it. It's the allocation of scarcity that's built into capitalism and socialism. One lets the invisible hand of the free market handle it, and the other one is a planned economy. And the downsides of a planned economy are just substantially bad. That's the real crux of the argument. That and labor theory of value versus consumer theory of value. Those are the two actual arguments it breaks down to.
The planned economy thing is an empirics claim, though, is a problem. And that gets back to the meme of like it's never been done correctly. Because that is an empirics thing, right? It's not like inherently it'd be bad to have top-down control. We're just saying empirically we don't think that works, right? But like it's hard to like show that without just like pointing to examples, which all do kind of suck. Like I understand why communists say that. I don't agree with them, but I understand why they say it because they all suck.
I would be interested in that, Tyler. But Confluence, I would also say like the reasons even that capitalism can't properly allocate resources, at least it properly allocates them in terms of a capitalist worldview, but it doesn't in like terms of what we would value as properly allocating resources, right? The reason we don't have a society of abundance, I would say, is like a restriction on technology currently.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna repeat myself with what we've talked about before, where I feel like where it becomes a systemic problem is when you try to scale it. When you try, because even when I asked your friend Mel, and I've asked every communist that I can, I've asked Ancom Sci, I've asked you. I know you're not a communist now, but aspirational, inshallah. Right, about like, yeah, if the country's so big, how do we properly do this without, like, the free market seems like a better alternative to that, and having a top down planned economy seems like when the landmass gets too large, it just seems infeasible. I've never heard a good answer to that. So the scalability, I think, is like my main, but again, I'm not obviously not like
that's appealing to complexity. Like, that's why I'm saying we need better technology. Well, like, even capitalism currently doesn't send, like, we what do you want? What do you want in the world? What do you want in the world that capitalism isn't currently doing?
It's not. I just want to say it's not just an appeal to complexity. Like, how like insects can only get a certain size because, like, as mathematically, right, as your volume increases, it doesn't increase proportionally to your to your surface area. It's like, that's not just an issue of complexity. There is, like, scalability can get so large that it just does become infeasible.
That's a categorically different hypothetical. Like, that's categorically different.
I could argue against this as well.
It's an analogy. But I'm saying it's not just, you can't just say because it's not scalable that therefore I'm making like something like, oh, it's just too complex and we can't figure it out. Like, scalability, it could be the case.
That's true, though.
That scalability is stopping it. Like, there is some point, like a Dunbar number thing, right? With like knowing people, maybe that's a better example than using a math thing, where it's like, that's not really an issue of complexity. It's just like how the human mind works. You can't personally know like 5 million people. It's just not possible.
We don't,
right?
That's why I'm saying we need to keep improving technology. We don't need to know this many people. We need to rely on, of course, we have to rely on technology to create a society of abundance. I don't give a shit if it's communism or what, just as long as Marilyn, as she would say, everyone gets whatever they want in whichever color they want.
I don't think it's scalability, though, because, like, the reason why our system works the way it does is because of the way federalism works, where you have most of your decisions and most of your localized economy and et cetera, doesn't really travel outside of your area, or definitely used to not. More of it probably now than ever with the internet growing and everything like that. But if you could keep these localized areas, like socialism is only in your town, and like the next town over has their own version of it, maybe you could cooperate and trade, but you're almost forming like different townships that have their own internalized socialism, and maybe gatekeep a little bit when they take in new citizens, because that's a new tax person that you're going to have to account for. I think it's working.
That works with that type of society, but like with the demands of like a big enough population size, the township model I just don't think works. Well, you will need to have like mass shipment of resources. You will have to respond to floods and hurricanes, like in like America and these like massive countries, both in like population size and just in like scale size, right? They produce unique problems that a series of communes or townships would not be able to overcome. They would just be like omni-fucked by it. Like, you have to have a mix of like, that's why we have like mixed economies, and that's why the US has like some federal stuff and some like state stuff. I don't see how we ever get away from that.
We don't have a mixed economy. That whole thing is like a complete misunderstanding of what capitalism is.
Yeah.
What do you?
I would like to say
we have a capitalist economy.
We have, the U.S. has a mixed economy.
It does not actually have a mixed economy. It's all 100% capitalism. It's a misunderstanding of what socialism is.
We have a mixed economy. We definitionally have a mixed
economy. We are
a
capitalist nation. We don't have a mix. There's no mix there. Having government do things does not mean socialism. Otherwise, every system would have had socialism. Economy.
Will you accept an AI answer?
No. I'm telling you.
The final thing I'll say about this is I truly believe that like a post or an abundant society will no longer need economics at all.
Wow, Investopedia. What source do you want, Tyler? I mean, I can't find what source says.
It's a misunderstanding. It's a misdefinition of what socialism and capitalism are. You don't they're diametrically opposed. They're mutually exclusive.
What's your source?
The definitions of the words and how these things work. It's like we're cucking the actual definitions by saying this. Just, again, what is socialist about our economy?
That some stuff is owned by the government and not by private businesses.
So then feudalism was socialism?
That's what a mixed economy means. What that word means.
No, that's a complete misunderstanding and taking everything to its logical extreme. You can have regulation and government systems. Tyler. Yes, I'm telling you what the word capitalism means. You can have redistribution, taxation. Holy fuck, let me get a sentence out. You can have redistributionism through taxation, through capitalism. It does not make it a mixed economy. You can have government functions that function in a hierarchical structure. That does not make them socialism.
No wonder
it is not a mixed economy. It is not a mixed economy. Oh my God.
Can you find any economist that says the U.S. is not a mixed economy?
Yes, I can.
Who?
There is no, this is a complete misunderstanding of what socialism is. Do you think every army is a socialist?
What is your definition of a mixed economy? If
I've already given it. You've been yelling over me. Now, again, address my actual argument. Do you think every single government entity formed by the taxpayer dollar is a version of socialism?
It's not that's a you have the maybe this isn't semantic.
Is it socialism?
Is it socialism? I'm using the word that everyone uses correctly.
Then what is it a mix of? What is the economy a mix of?
Tyler, does the government direct
nationalized industries and privately held entities?
Oh, yes, then I agree with that. Mixed economy being used on the internet means we're partially capitalist and partially socialist. So you're taking like a term that's loaded for internet use and giving me like an economic. Yeah, I agree with that definition. That's silly. Yes, we have private and public industry.
Okay, that's the okay. I'm
sorry. That's not how it's not. That's not how it's used online.
I don't know how people use it online. I'm just saying that's the economic definition of the
word. How do they use it? Yeah. How do they use it online, Tyler?
The way it's being used online is we're a mixed economy of capitalism and socialism, and it goes into the argument like the fire department, that's socialism. The post office, that's socialism, and it's that argument that anytime the government does something with the taxpayer dollar, forms some sort of public institution, that suddenly means it's socialism.
Okay, yes. Okay, Brandon did call us at the beginning before I started spurting. So this wasn't we were talking past each other. This was a semantic dispute.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I've heard the term used that way. I just thought you were using it the way it's been argued. I've debated against it multiple times as well. So I got triggered.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, having police and fire means we're like somehow like partly socialist. So I agree. Yeah, I think I missed this super chat actually. K2, I'll admit, I think I missed this one. I got lost in the weeds. Yeah, Rome colonized the rest of Europe. Duh.
This isn't. That's not how colonization works. Like, so you can have imperial expansion that isn't colonization. They're two categorically different things for a reason. Because if you just call everything colonization, then we just get lost in the sauce. They didn't colonize. They were an empire and they expanded.
Aren't you the one that was promoting neocolonialism?
Yeah, so neocolonialism can be intertwined with like actions of an imperial power.
That to me sounds like you're trying to label things that aren't actually the thing as the thing.
Keelan, what's the difference
neocolonialism is just a new term, right? It's not necessarily colonial. It's not colonialism. That's why it's neocolonialism.
But Keelan, what would you like with Rome and like with Greece? And I don't think every empire did this, where it's like they would have like these, like when like in the Bible times, like Judea was controlled by the Greeks, who were in turn controlled by the Romans, but they were kind of like left to like self-govern to some extent. They would put like someone in charge, but so they would take these places over. Like that does feel like colony adjacent, doesn't it?
So one of the differences I would call out is that a lot of colonial exploits would be like going to a different continent or a distant land where you're not necessarily connected to that land. When Rome goes to Greece, they're taking everything in between too, right?
Sure.
So yeah, they have a lot of similarities, but they have appreciable differences too. I think the erasing of culture is also one of them, and I wouldn't know. It's hard to say like which one erases the local culture more. In terms of European colonialism and the Americans, that erase the culture just by killing everyone, either intentionally or unintentionally. But like Roman expansion.
But you also have, I don't know. It seems like it just depends not so much on like what is being done, but like how it's being done. Because there's instances where Rome would like, G side a bunch of people, and if there was like rebellions, like during like the Maccabean revolt, right? They like killed a bunch of Jews. They'll like do a lot of like, it just depends on like who's rebelling, and then they'll like stamp them out. So it seems like, and there's some examples I think of colonialism where they kind of like let that culture kind of survive, and then there's some where they try to like destroy it.
Yeah, I actually just had I tried to talk to someone on Instagram about this, but they won't reply to me now. They were talking about
good icebreaker.
they were talking. So they posted like Islam was never a colonizer. So I asked, how does border expansion in this specific case, assuming Umayyad, which is one of the Islamic caliphates, not start with the political, economic, and social domination of an indigenous population by a foreign power? And they didn't give me a good answer. So,
oh Jesus, nobody that isn't a debate bro knows that half that. I don't even know that shit.
She made an entire fucking reel saying
soon.
like colonialism and imperialism are different, and I asked like if she can make a reel that says all that, she can answer my question better than because Islamic politics doesn't subjugate local populations.
So you kirked her?
Institution. No, she didn't block. She didn't block me, so I could still ask her about it.
Can I ask a question?
And even if she does, you can make numerous alts and then keep messaging her. That's the true Kirk way.
And perfectly normal.
Yeah, my issue with her was that she came after Pan-Africanism, which I love Pan-Africanism, and she's like, Pan-Africanists believe that Islam came and replaced their culture with Arabization, and it did. And I'm wondering, I was just like, how is that not colonialism? And how is that imperialism? And she didn't really, she didn't give me an answer.
Can we call American blacks pot Africanism? You got pots and pans.
Wait. Let me think about this. So, colonialism and imperialism. What did I say? They're under a broader umbrella. What is the umbrella I said? Hold on, I said this weeks ago.
And you slid into those DMs. You're waiting for that reply. I don't think it's coming. It's been weeks ago.
He opens it every day just to double check.
Keeps his phone by his bed.
Oh,
Instagram
so this is where
loud.
I went. So she said because Islamic politics doesn't subjugate local populations as an institution, and I said, could you expand on that? The typical arguments I hear bring up things like second-class citizen status and conversion fiscally incentivized by the jizya and potentially higher land taxes for Dinnies. There's a distinct moral and outcome difference between the early caliphates and European colonialism, but they were structurally similar enough that I think there must be an umbrella term that houses both but allows for those distinctions. Are both just imperialism that differ in mechanism and degree, which allows us to call one colonialism and the other not? And she didn't respond.
Just trust. We're starting. That is a very Kirk-coded message, Keelan. Okay, it's not a good icebreaker.
If you saw the fucking reel she posted, I was not just kirking her. Like, she asked for the complexity, but she didn't respond to it.
Honestly, Barte, the reason I'm trying to derail is because I don't want to hear Teriak talk.
I like Teriak.
I do too. I just like fucking. I met him a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
So we
will start this debate.
Can I wrap this up and land the plane? I consider imperialism to be the overall umbrella term that contains colonialism, but there are versions of imperialism that are not colonialism. So you have a subsection that's colonialism, and then the bigger whole that's imperialism that contains more than just colonialism.
And this was like the longest plane from the West Coast to Honolulu.
I feel satisfied.
All right, here we go. We're diving into it. Vigi has his opening.
Sure. And this is where the idea that traditional marriage was better starts bleeding out.
We're going to turn
For
this
most
up.
of American history, marriage wasn't a negotiation. It was a caste list. Breadwinner, homemaker, decision maker, decision taker. Roles handed out at the altar, enforced by law. Feminism didn't give relationships a vibe shift. It ripped the design script and made people negotiate their part. Negotiation beats casting every time. This has been checked. Couples who share childcare report more relationships and sexual satisfaction than couples where one parent, almost always the mother, is stuck carrying that weight alone. A study on 20 years of data from sociologists Alan Booth and Paul Amato showed egalitarian marriages. Sorry, I lost my place for a second. Egalitarian marriages beat hierarchical ones consistently. No exceptions worth citing. And here's the detail that should make everyone and anyone about to argue traditional marriage was more stable, sit back down. The divorce risk.
At what point in stumbling over his openings is he gonna like practice these before he debates?
Let's Chief is on a 3-day long mogging streak.
Yeah, this is becoming a new little meme format, which is enjoyable. But yeah, this is the thing with Vigi. Yeah, sometimes the openings are just need to be a bit more tight. And he's done a lot of these debates, but I feel like he's got to run through a bit more.
He's gonna get an ass whooping Friday.
The one he did with Emmett on my thing, like again, I like Vigi, so like no shade, but there was like so many words in it that he had no idea how to say at all. So it's like it was obvious that he hadn't even like gone through it like once to even like try. Like there was like maybe like 10 words that he had like no clue and he was like stumbling over. It's like it would have been so tighter if he just like practiced it a few times.
If Friday night I don't beat Vigi worse than anybody could have ever imagined, I will sub to Confluence's OnlyFans.
Oh.
Yeah.
My 100th subscriber.
That's my Froggy Fresh reference.
The old model wasn't stable because it was healthy. It was stable because nobody could leave. Second
vaguely
pillar,
remember
safety.
that is.
And this is the one I want Marte and Teriyaki to try to touch because I don't think they can. Numbers on the table right now. Between 1993 and 2000, the 3 decades bracketing the Violence Against Women Act and its reauthorizations, domestic violence fell roughly 2/3. Rape and sexual assault fell by more than half. In a period when crime was falling across the board, the VAWA stands out. It didn't ride that decline; it built it. The first federal law to treat intimate partner violence as a crime instead of a family matter that is nobody else's business. It funded shelters, hotlines, and prosecutors that made it possible for victims to actually leave and stay alive once they did. Before, most rape reports never produced an arrest, and a rape case was twice as likely to get thrown out as a murder case. And before anyone stands up to call this a coincidence, riding a general crime decline wave, I already have the answer because the same mechanism shows up before VAWA existed.
I see it.
Rosenfeld tracked 29 American cities from 1976 to 1992 and found intimate partner homicide falling specifically as domestic violence resources grew. Years before a single federal VAWA dollar existed, Brown and William found a decade earlier still, when shelters and hotlines became available, the rate of wives killing abusive husbands dropped, and the rate of husbands killing wives didn't move. Give women a nonviolent way out, and she stops needing a violent one. That isn't a crime wave carrying VAWA along for the ride. That's the same intervention working the same way across 3 separate decades before VAWA even had a name. Relationships got safer because feminism turned safety from a private hope into legal entitlement. Sit with that before you try to argue that this made things worse. And third, and this pillar ties the other two together and guts their best argument before they can even use it, exit power. We know the meme argument Marte and Teriyaki are headed to, the divorce spike of the 1970s and 80s, waved around as if it proves feminism blew up the family. I'm not going to touch that argument yet. I'll get into it in a minute. For now, the mechanism underneath it. Betsy Stephen and Justin Wolfers found that when states adopted no-fault divorce, rates of domestic violence fell 30% among both men and women, and female suicide fell double digits over the following 2 decades. And here's the numbers I want you to sit with. The shelters and hotlines alone
between him and
just a moment ago.
I'm hoping.
The rate of women killed by intimate partners fell too. Resource availability gave women a way out, a legal exit that is what finally moved the number that matters the most. Why? Because a credible threat to leave changes how people behave behind closed doors. And abusive,
does anyone know if this is true? Because if they each get 15 minutes for openings, we're skipping the fucking openings. We're just not going to hear any of the cross.
I mean, or just skip the rest of the debate. I think they have to split the time.
Okay, they have to split the time. Okay, that's
differently.
I'm guessing.
Exit isn't welded shut. That's exit power. Not a threat to the institution of marriage, the thing that finally made it honest. And yes, divorce rates rose after no-fault divorce became law. Nobody here needs to dispute that. But before you treat that rise as proof something broke, ask what people were actually leaving. For most of this country's history, a husband had a recognized legal right to moderately correct his wife.
He's got to work on the rhetoric.
Same legal category of correcting a child. Straight out of Blackstone. Even after the courts rejected that doctrine on paper, police spent most of the 20th century treating domestic violence as a private matter to calm down, not a crime to prosecute. Arrest was an exception, not the rule. So when someone says no-fault divorce, let people leave the marriage without proving abuse, the reality is the old system's definition of provable abuse was rigged that narrow from the start. No-fault divorce isn't low. It doesn't lower the bar for leaving. It removes the bar that was never set in good faith. And the trend since gets this framing even more. Divorce has been falling since the year 2000.
Finding no fault
marriage got
divorce is
equal, not
crazy
less.
work.
More
Okay,
equal,
I'm
not
just gonna
less.
say that.
In
It's crazy
2024,
work.
the U.S. divorce rate sit at a 50-year low, down 37% from its peak in 1980. If feminism broke marriage has a strange habit of getting sturdier the farther we get away from the years that they want to drag us back to. Now, the part that they probably think is the killing blow, the kids. Here's what the actual research says, not what people want it to say. A Model Boost national longitudinal study doesn't draw the line at divorce versus intact. It draws at conflict versus no conflict. Kids whose parents are in high conflict marriages ended up coming out better, less anxiety, better adjustment. Kids
15 minutes.
Kids whose parents were in conflict marriages that split anyway came out worse than if they'd say.
Is anyone opposed to skipping the opening?
Good or divorce is bad. It's conflict with kids.
Because this will be like 45 minutes of opening still. Like, this is just like...
My ears are starting to bleed.
I think if you watch the openings, you pretty much finish the debate. Like, besides, like, listen to the openings and the closings.
I want to get my dopamine. I want to hear them like screaming.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Okay, then you press skip.
Well, okay. Since we listened to a bit of Vigi's opening, in fairness, we'll listen to some, and especially Barte's in the chat. So we'll listen to some of his opening, and then we'll skip ahead to where everyone screams at each other.
Quick, so Vigilante utters the most ridiculous, retarded thing ever. He says a relationship that you can't leave is not worth this. I don't think that anybody joins marriages and says, damn, I can't wait for that mad divorce party that happens. Nobody signing into a contract where they can lose half their shit. That's irrational. First, let me go ahead and debunk them. I had an original statement, but let me go ahead and destroy Vigilante's argument from the onset. He went ahead and said that, when you talk about these dissatisfaction reports and all this coming up with women having vocal voices and coming out and saying things, they have more ability to do this. That's technology. We can see things more, cameras film everything. Oh, who's that due to? Thanks to men and modernity and the technological innovations that men have produced. This has given women more of a voice than anything else. Insert the chat men, and also the structural analysis of the environment all around us, the buildings, the AC, everything else has given women more voice than anything else. That actually helps him to concede half his argument. Now let me finish the rest. He says that domestic violence is raised. He brings up a stat. Let me go ahead and crush this from the onset. The most purest form of a feminist relationship, the utopia, is a lesbian relationship. Need I describe what the results of this are? If you could look to anything, feminism, by definition, is the move towards egalitarianism while destroying patriarchal structures. Which move is greater than two women together because there's no man in there? Oh, highest domestic violence rate, highest divorce rate. Oh, shit, this is really bad for you. That destroys your other premise. But let me move on to this. Leaky water guy doesn't have anything for me in his opening statement other than some biblical context, which he misframes, and I guarantee he doesn't want to get into a theological debate here, but then minces words with me at the end and says something about a trash panda, which tells me that he doesn't take it seriously. Now let me get into my opening statement right now. So one of the most hilarious phenomena of our time, something our future ancestors will look back and laugh at until they choke, is how we prioritize the whims of absolute morons in the name of feminism. Society now runs completely backwards. It's not just counterintuitive, it's aggressively fucking stupid. In the mad rush for feminism, egalitarianism, we collectively lost our minds. Picture this as a game of SimWorld United States Edition. You, the player, spend 100 careful hours building a happy, robust family society. On a single income with a real job security, mothers are honored for their matron status and the glory that comes with it. Fathers, the protectors and providers, hold authority to decide what's best for their genetic line and the immortality that comes with their children. A legacy. Children get decent education before choosing a traitor spouse. Little Susie and Johnny ride off into the sunset. Traditional gender roles. Mission accomplished. Great society unlocked. Then your dumbass, retarded little progressive little brother, fresh from college, fully indoctrinated, steps fully into the feminist ideology, picks up your controller of your PS4 and says, 10 hours of play, he turns women into debt slaves, laws tilt against the provider class, you pour 5% of GDP into education, and still graduate people who barely read, like my opponent here, who I almost had a stroke listening to his opening statement. The society stops reproducing because he moved women.
Oh, that's rude.
Career building. Divorce skyrockets, single motherhood households explode, the population grows obese, mental health collapses. You demand to know, what the hell did he do? He shrugs, nothing, bro. I just took the weaker sex, the only one that can actually produce, and forced them into the roles of the stronger sex that can't. Right, all in the name of fairness and egalitarianism. Then I sprinkled a bunch of gay shit in there just for funsies. That little bastard is everywhere now. That is exactly what feminism and its progressive enablers did and keep doing to our society. Feminism pushes women into careers from childhood, teaches them to distrust men as potential exploiters, and insists they always keep a backup plan in case marriage fails. You don't want to get into marriage thinking it's already going to fail, which my opponent already started with his opening statement. So they spend the entire reproductive years in a degenerate institutional funhouse of drugs, alcohol, casual sex, and abortion. Also, they can earn a degree in the field.
Okay, I feel like we got the flavor, the Marte flavor. We will unfortunately skip Teriak's opening because we skipped Lethy's, and we'll just dive right into it. Okay, these are way too long of openings. I'm sorry, this is just too long.
So far, from what I've heard of half of two openings, I think that the AF still has the advantage going into the cross, even though we missed 80% of the opening.
great rebuttals from both sides. And before we move in,
I agree. Speakeasy, great rebuttals from both sides.
To the open open 90 minutes of back and forth. Let me talk to the audience real quick.
Really
if you are watching right now, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to tonight's debaters. Their links are in the description. And we host all kinds of debates here on Swords of Reason, politics, culture, ethics, internet topics, anything where reasoning and passion can collide. So if you enjoy this format, make sure you stay locked in because we have a lot more coming for you. Also, if you want to get onto the Swords of Reason and battle out yourself, make sure you join discord.gg/bearcave and send a message either to me or Tiny Pink Nugget of Chaos directly in the Discord there, and we'll get you set up.
Sometimes he'll spend like 4 hours ranting about online drama.
All right, the Q&A is there for you guys to put your questions in, but remember, the PayPal and Cash Apps will get #1 priority. Super chat.
I didn't know Tiny Pink Nuggets of Chaos was like a speakeasy mod, by the way. I thought that was just like a chatter that comes to my chat sometimes. It's an interesting connection.
And Rumble Rants will get #2 priority, and then if we have time, we will get to the free chat questions. So if there's something you really want to guaranteed ask, to make sure you send it through one of the priority options. And finally, thank you to all our debaters for being here tonight and bringing your perspectives into the arena. Whenever one of you is ready to get this started off, go ahead and I'll start the timer up with your voice. And just a reminder, I'm not going to be butting in here. As you guys know, the way I do things is I stay out of the way unless it gets way too crazy off the rails or nobody can hear you in the chat or something. But other than that, I'm going to let you guys go ahead.
2.5 hours. How long are closers?
Eric, did you? Yeah, right now so far this is women can just get male doctors. You have never demonstrated so far. This is a threshold argument. I'm going to tell you right now. This is a threat. If this were a threshold argument, you have to demonstrate how this is a plus compared to what it was in yesteryear. Yeah. Right now, what are the benefits of women getting into relationships in 2026 that feminism has helped?
Exactly. That's the key question.
Start
autonomy, allowing women. Go ahead. What are you talking about autonomy? They've had Simone de Beauvoir saying that women shouldn't have the choice to stay home and save their kids.
Yeah,
is that more autonomy?
Yeah. So I mean, you want an actual answer, right, on the part that you're talking about, like what the benefits there are. I mean, for starters, there's the obvious benefit of the safety shit.
Hey, Daniel,
me too. You did not disprove that. You didn't disprove the fact that they're
given your logic, you would be against lesbians being in relationships, which again would be bad for modern day relationships. And then a no-fault divorce means more step parents, which means more child abuse.
Right, which I pointed out with the lesbians. There's no man there to abuse them. Where's the abuse coming from?
Precisely.
And they have the ability to leave that relationship should they choose to do so.
The stuff that you're talking about.
That doesn't consent with what I asked. Can you answer the question? Okay.
The stuff that you're talking about with, hold on. The stuff that you're talking about with women, lesbian relationships and domestic violence, you're using it as in a misnomer way. So what that stat, it is, and I'll explain why in a second, shut the fuck up. So specifically, that is talking about lesbians in general that have experienced domestic violence in a relationship.
Yeah.
So that includes
it's like lesbians get in relationships with men.
That includes
which means it's
that includes
argument.
Why are you afraid to let him finish? Let the man finish. Shut the fuck up.
That includes women that are now lesbians who have been in relationships with men.
Nice. That's true.
Explain what.
But is that that's not the stats I've seen. I mean, that might explain some of it, but I think in lesbian relationships, the domestic violence rates are higher, are they not? Tyler, I feel like you've looked into this.
I have seen.
Like, they've been in a previous relationship with a man before. I don't think
not a lot of a lot of things don't measure that. So like, you're really going off you're not going off the FBI arrest data. They don't ask you, are you a lesbian? Is your partner a lesbian? Blah blah blah. So
right, it's like self-reported, but I thought it's like in your lesbian relationship.
I'm pretty sure Vigi's right about that. I'm pretty sure I've heard that a couple of times now. It's been so long. Like these are like arguing men and women is something I haven't done since like 2017, 18. So. It's just not my thing. I like arguing geopolitics more. But yeah, so Marte's first question since we're stopped.
The CDC one is the CDC stat is what he's talking about, which is like total amounts of intimate partner violence.
Yeah, this came from Stephen Crowder originally. I remember him being the first person I at least saw with this statistic. So that might be because he posts all of his sources on his website for every show he does in case anyone calls him a liar. So yeah, you can go check that out maybe. I don't know. But Marte is asking a question of what has feminism done for the modern day, and like I don't know, they don't seize on it. Maybe I'm just maybe my hindsight's 2020 and the ability to pause lets me get an argument together. Well, they can't, but not one step back is all they really have to say there. It's not what they've done in 2026. It's that if it goes away, the changes that feminism made in the past would be reverted. He doesn't. It's kind of like not a great pillar, in my opinion, to have to argue.
Wait, what would you say would be reverted? That'd be bad if it went away.
If then we go back into like first and second wave feminism. If you say like if
for the relationships,
so like HR in the workplace allowing us so women don't get sexually harassed. Like if you go back to second wave feminism, you get slam dunk arguments over and over, huh?
In relationships specifically, not just in general.
Well, that's the thing. It's like Vigi talked about it, how it's even in the Blackstonian legal books and thinking that you can discipline your wife as though she was a child. You can smack your wife around. And I think that happened. And wasn't that joked about by like a mainstream show in the 60s? He always said he would beat his wife one day.
Oh yeah, the why I oughta.
Yeah. So like, it's something that it happened, and for a long time it was maybe not something you announced in public, but if a guy smacked his wife around, it is what it is. So it's I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
One sec, explain why homosexual men have the lowest rates of domestic violence.
Right. Why is that lower?
Crickets again. There's a lot of crickets on this show.
There's some loud ass crickets here.
Yeah, this is literally about feminism being good for relationships.
Okay, we got Team New Mastermind in the corner typing up. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
This is the functional equivalent. Answer the question, please.
The question is, men can
see. Assuming that stat is true, then that does kind of disprove Vigi's talking point. Because then you would think that if on its face we accept that. I don't know if it's true. I haven't looked up gay on gay violence, but if it is lower for men, then it seems like the women are doing the violence in that case.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of
people are just less violent. I don't know.
This is kind of boring and gay, but they could always win this argument by just saying modern day feminism has led to abortions. I view that as murder, and nothing you have brought up trumps what murder. So they really could just fall back.
Somebody told me in the chat this goes to the abortion thing very quickly. So.
Oh yeah, that's the strongest argument, because at that point it's like my morality dictates this, so I'm right. But there's like no wrong answer. It's more like pick your flavor.
Oh, the gorilla video. I remember this. That's such a sad video.
What's my favorite video of all time?
Where he throws his wife.
Hey, what's up? Wait,
hey, Testy.
I was pissing off people in chat, but I want to mention this. So, I'm just gonna piss everybody off all over again. So, statistically, women are more likely to report DV, and men are less likely to report DV. So, there's a higher stigma attached with men. So, I'm not disputing the statistics as they stand. I'm just saying it does add some context in terms of same-sex relationships. It stands to reason, like it makes more sense. Women are more empowered, I guess, by the system, so they're more likely to report. So
it's a good secondary argument, but unless you can find a way to factually close the gap with that, you can't use it.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not disputing the statistics as they are. I just think that context is like relevant.
You would also have to, I mean, and maybe this is a fair argument to make. You'd also have to almost make like an internal thing that, like, because a lot of these studies, how they do them, right? It's not like it's like a lot of these things are not police report based. They're like just like self-reported stuff. Obviously, it's anonymous, but maybe you could make the argument that internally you wouldn't say, even if your wife smacked you, you wouldn't say I've been abused before, because internally you don't want to take that on yourself.
Well, this is what I'm.
But social stuff would be, because it's not like I get what you're saying with like reporting it, but a lot of this isn't like crime stats or like going public with it, right? It's just like
CDC thing you brought up. Was that not in reference to this stat, or am I just totally off? The CDC
there's two things. There's two. The CDC one, that's one of them, yeah, and that's the self-reported thing. And then
there's also like, is it that they have experienced DV, or is it that they have like reported it? Like, what's the specific?
The CDC, I think, was I just looked at it briefly. Like, I think the CDC one was self-reported. I think.
Okay.
They have said at some point in their life they've experienced intimate violence.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. Okay, I think that's a better metric to look by, as opposed to like directly like looking at police reports, or because like they both have their value. But yeah, if it's like self-reported stuff, I agree. Self-reporting is always like a little bit whatever. But if there's enough data out there, then it's enough to probably say that trend exists regardless.
Yeah, and like I said, it could just be still an internalized thing. I mean, that's probably true. Like I've been like hit by various women in the past. But I'm not gonna, like not in a
Wait, do you mean like the level of force?
Like, I've been like,
wait, like are you referring to like level of force? Like if a woman, I don't know, slaps a guy across the face, he may not even internalize that as like abusive. But like,
right?
I think the threshold for force, women are just more likely to internalize it or perceive it. Like all else being equal, obviously men are stronger, blah blah blah. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, even if the force is equally given, I think if I was in a relationship and I get like slapped, and I've been doing a survey, have you ever experienced intimate partner violence? I'd probably be like, well, no.
Yeah,
I've had. But if a woman gets slapped, she's probably more likely to like say yes to that.
Right. Like I've had partners and like like you piss them off and they fucking punch your shoulder or something. Like I'm not taking that as like, oh, you just abused me. But like, yeah, I guess the perception of that could be different. Even when they were genuinely pissed off, I'm like, they're fucking angry. They meant.
King, what a disappointment! You need to have more self-respect. That was abuse, and you were abused. You are a victim.
Well, that is true, and I will be now that I've had some distance from it, and I've been able to. Now that you've, helped me see the light, I will be pressing charges. So
retroactively take away your sexual consent and file rape charges.
Like a really good foot longer, calling everyone out. That's hard to do.
It's just beautiful to see a king get his wings.
Good to see you, Avery, as well. I didn't say hi to you. Good to see you, Avery.
Hey, how's it going? I would also say make people cam up because I could have been an imposter and P-bombed your fucking stream right now. Just a heads up.
That's true.
You
should
just
do it.
A heads up. No, I'm not doing that. But I appreciate the trust. But you know,
I don't need the trust. I verified you. I got ways. Okay, I got ways.
How the fuck did you verify me?
Oh, I can't tell you that because then people will use that to get around my verification. But
fucking DM it to me. Like, what the hell?
No, I'm not. That's a closed secret. Okay.
Oh, what does it like show you my email address or some shit in the back somewhere?
Shows your home address.
It shows your home address. It shows your body count. And Avery, might I say, it's disgusting and it heavily skews toward men. Okay, let me just say.
It's almost 50-50, believe it or not. I know you refuse to believe that.
That's not what it tells me in the back end. Okay.
Confluence, I probably slept with more women than you. Shut the fuck up.
You almost certainly have. I don't think that's something to brag about. Personally,
what else does your back end tell you?
What the hell?
You almost hurt. My body count is very low and proud of it, baby.
Yeah, Confluence. What else does your back end tell you?
Got him.
Fine, I'll allow it.
Does it talk a lot of shit?
Well, yes.
There's IBS. He can't help it.
Oh, he has old man disease. Got it.
It has nothing to do with feminism. I don't see where this is even drawn into the feminism debate.
What's the functional equivalent of two women being together? What would be the functional equivalent? What would mirror that?
Yes, a lesbian relationship.
No, what would mirror a lesbian relationship? The opposite, right? To see if that would work.
The opposite. In that category.
Right. So that just debunked your whole retort by saying, "Oh, it has no bearing." I just proved it did, and you'd agree with me right now. Anyways, Terry, this is
I'm sorry, the numbers aren't necessarily in favor of that.
So here's my question, gentlemen. How can feminism be good for modern day relationships when they're actively fighting against marriage?
Feminism doesn't fight against
Can we get birth control or birth pass down here? Because the amount of crickets that we're getting from opponents here. What's the voice? Do not be married. I told you to read Rachel Wilson because, like I said, like these are just like proven facts, and use all bought into propaganda, and it's been exposed.
You can throw out a couple extremist examples of people, of feminists saying that they want to.
These are the women that led to feminism.
These are the leaders of feminism. Yes.
These are not extremists. These are not fringe opinions. These are the fundamental beliefs.
Some of the
so you understand that I agree with civil rights, but I don't necessarily agree with Malcolm X, even though he was a thought leader of the time. You don't have to agree with every single person in the movement.
Okay, so then answer Marte's question. What benefits does feminism bring to modern day relationships?
Yeah.
Again, functional relationships in the form of having shared interests and benefits from that relationship. No, they definitely did not. Because if the man decided he didn't like the woman anymore, she wasn't making her own money. So she goes out after he cheats on her, whatever the case may be, and then leaves her destitute. And possibly with kids.
Great. I have a response for that. With a shared interest being like, you know what, I'm going to trade you protection and lay my life down so that way you can provide kids for me. Those are the duties that we can provide because those point to our strengths. That's a shared interest, meaning like we're meeting in the middle here. Did that exist prior to feminism?
Yes, it exists.
Okay. So now that so you agree there is shared interest. So you can't say that. That just debunks your shared interest argument tangent that you're going to.
No, it absolutely doesn't.
Can we get a brief clockwise, snakewise on what the prompt is? I'm curious now.
I have
what
no idea.
we all think. Well, I guess just a top down, a snake that's like standing up, right? A strike. Starting with
So
you,
just a line? Is that what you're saying?
No, a vertical snake. Starting with you.
A vertical snake that's straighter than you.
That women are bad.
No, that has feminism helped modern relationships?
Oh, okay. Probably not. I mean, I don't see how you could probably casually make the argument of a net neutral, but I don't know what specifically feminism has brought that's improved the relational aspect between men and women.
All right, no crosstalk, fine. But Tyler.
So I think what I'm seeing here from at least their interpretations of the prompt is Lethe and what's his dick, Vidge, are saying essentially that feminism empirically has been better because X, Y, and Z statistic. It's been better for women. And I feel like Marte and Teriak are trying to like put in their interpretation of feminism because they want to. They're attacking women. They're saying women are weaker, women are less capable, women are more X, Y, Z. Look at how more violent they are. This, that, the other thing. And I feel like it impeaches say what you want. It's a little drama coded, but it's a perfectly fine tactic, and it impeaches the credibility of the people that the other side is seeking to empower and make equal. So I kind of like it. And I feel like they're talking past each other a little bit. One of them's going to have to bend and argue in the other's realm, or we're not going to get real good debate out of it.
I'm going to let you finish. But I also want to know your thoughts on the prompt, not the debate.
Oh, like what do you mean the prompt? Feminism has helped modern.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought you. Okay, my bad.
You're good.
Yeah.
Are you clicking away, freaking playing Dota?
Yeah, I'm playing Dota. I think feminism ultimately, yes, because of giving women an equal say in equal footing has helped them vastly. And I'd say the consequences of it could be, we talked about abuse in a relationship and several other things that probably having women at the table to argue their case has ended. I just can't give you any examples off the top of my head without thinking. This isn't my subject. But yes, I'd say it's good. It's been good.
Right. Alex? Wait, when did did I say hi to you, Alex? I feel like I don't remember you joining.
You did not say hi to me, no.
I just pulled you up on instinct. Okay, hi, Alex. Didn't even know you were here at all.
I guess I struggle with this question because it's kind of it feels a bit like saying did freeing slaves make the workforce stronger? Before feminism, women didn't really have any choice in most of this, right? So it just was. They were in a relationship. It was abusive. People accepted it. That's how it was. That's what was expected. Whether it helped them or not, it depends on what you mean. Are relationships in general healthier? I would say probably, yeah. But I guess it depends on whether you consider their mental health and their ability to leave one a good thing or not.
Fair enough. Section 230. Now Avery's got me paranoid. Can you say something in chat so I know it's you, not in the back chat, in the normal chat? Pretty sure it's you, but now I'm guessing with verification. And in the meantime, yes, I was thinking this as well. Everyone look at Marte's horrible screen cap.
My turn.
Yes, your turn, Testy.
All right. I think whether feminism has helped modern relationships, it's kind of relative in a matter of perspective. And in this debate, I watched a good swath of it, but like they're arguing different value sets basically. So if your idea of like a good I guess modern relationship is similar to how relationships used to be, it is sort of arguing for not quite antiquity, I guess not even archaic, but like something that is dated, because something that's often cited is like their family, which didn't even exist until like I think the 50s or 60s, and that general structure has existed historically, but that's not like a traditional, like when I think feminism, we're talking more about women having more independence, financial freedom, more equality in relationships, and what that has translated to is that couples in general get married later on in life, but that actually leads to lower divorce for couple. Like the later that you get married, the less likely you are to get divorced, showing that there's probably for everything gained there's something lost or whatever. So like I think overall it has made things healthier, but people see like mobility in relationships, or if people leave relationships, as like a negative thing. Like, oh, how could that possibly be good for relationships? But I think in reality, it's sort of a quality over quantity type of thing. So I think that it's improved in a lot of ways. I don't call myself a feminist, but I can't deny that like first and second wave feminism helped contribute to that. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it.
Oh, we will. Avery.
I would say overall feminism has helped. That's not to say there hasn't been bad things. I mean, I think with modern culture, it's kind of on the decline. At least that's what we're seeing. With the advent of all these fucking dating apps that aren't really dating apps, but are really just hookup apps, I think that I don't think it's feminism itself that's eroding or that's bad. I think it's, how do I put this? I just think it's society in general. I mean, I think feminism has been a net positive in general, but it's a double-edged sword.
Right, Section 230, first time chatter, first time on the panel.
Never heard of this guy.
Yeah, who the fuck are you?
Just some random. Let me step in the other room real quick because we got, excuse me,
You got some like whales singing some song.
Yeah. It's Song of the Sea or some shit like that. The kids are watching it. All right, so I would say that
it literally was okay.
Yeah. Feminism purports to have helped women, but I don't actually think that it has. All the things that they claim that it did positive to them has actually ended up either continued or could have been achieved without some kind of raise women up at the detriment of men kind of movement. I don't think that there was ever a need for the quote-unquote feminist movement in and of itself. And even with the movement itself, they had to appeal to men in order to even get anything done, and most women didn't want it. So the idea that it's benefited all women, maybe it benefited a small select group of them, and the rest of them fucking hated it. But I mean, like, things like, women used to get so abused back then. Because of the freedoms that feminism has brought women, they're getting abused way more than ever. And if we want to talk about how happy they are, look at the SSRI rates. If they were so happy, that wouldn't have skyrocketed, and it has. So, no, I really don't think it's helped them at all. And actually, it's fucked up a lot of their futures. We see more cat ladies out there now than ever. So buy stock in box wine and cat food and kitty litter, gentlemen, because that stock is on the rise here shortly.
I'm personally investing in box wine, but
filling up your own stocks doesn't count as investing.
That is true.
Probably true. Yeah, I mean, we did have Mother's Little Helper. I mean, I'm not supposed to crosstalk, but the diazepams and all the azepams, not just the uppers, but the downers too were. But that's a thing for the crosstalk. Mel, Cosmic Fox. I don't know if your thoughts on the prompt. Feminism has helped modern relationships, or nay?
It is sad to see how many people are like genuinely afraid of female empowerment, but I'm not actually going to comment on that. I want to point out that feminism is meninism, where feminists actually realize that men who get things like mental health treatment and don't feel gender role strain are actually safer towards women. And so feminists do care about men's rights and stuff. What feminists can't help are those poor little men
who want women to feel bad for them because they have all the power in the world, but everything's women's fault and they're just huge victims. And so all I'm going to say is, like, if you feel like you're a victim of feminism, then you're probably actually a victim of propaganda.
I was gonna say, Mel, haven't you?
That's how I feel every time you talk, Tyler. So the feeling's mutual.
No crosstalk. No crosstalk. It's Confluence's turn. You always forget about the head of the snake. Okay, that's the thing you got to cut off.
That's because you're going last. Only the butthole goes last.
Talking over you.
Only the asshole goes last.
There's no crosstalk. No, the head of the snake goes last. Okay, it makes sense if you think about it. So, my thoughts. I think it just depends. Really hard. It depends on what thing you're looking, what metric you're looking at, and how much you value that thing. So, if we're talking about relationships, yeah, if we look at like DV rates, yeah, I think obviously it's like feminism is better now for domestic violence rates, especially in terms of like harm done. Like, so not just like pure instances, have you ever experienced DV, but just like how much DV you're receiving. I don't know. I mean, maybe we could do this in cross, but I feel like most people would agree that women in heterosexual relationships probably received more gross total of domestic violence compared to now, right? Even if I don't think the numbers would be the same anyway, even if you're looking at single instances, but I think if you look at like the gross amount, I think it makes sense. But then if you look at like abortions and you're thinking that's a part of relationships, or you're talking about forming pair bonds to begin with, or divorces and all that stuff, well, then all of a sudden feminism looks awful. And so it really depends, I think, on just what you're looking at and how much you value those things. In some ways, feminism has improved things. In some ways, it's made stuff a lot worse. But it just depends on what you care about and what you're measuring at any given moment. Crosstalk is enabled. Everyone spoke at the same time in the same way.
I unironically agree with you. I agree with you, right wingers. Now that Confluence is an op. He's an op. He's not a true right winger.
Well, look, Mel. I got a question. So would
one of
you
ours
say,
anyway. He's more
would
center.
you say
They
that,
never have.
Mel, would you say that, like in a modern sense, feminism has alienated men
And killed a lot of babies.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first part.
Sorry, that was your question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that like feminism in the modern sense has alienated a lot of men?
Only if female empowerment needs to alienate men somehow, and if that's the case, then there's probably some sort of power structure that makes it impossible for men to exist without dominating women. And I don't think the definition of male or men requires dominating women.
So, hold on, like Mel, you do know that like this is in Western and developed countries that men are getting married later and later, men are having children later and later, and a lot of men from Gen Z are just like have exited the dating pool altogether.
Could that be that just society values marriage as an institution less?
Society what?
Values marriage as an institution less? Like we see it as like something procedural.
I mean, well, it's not only that.
Either.
Yeah, they're also not having kids. They're also not having families.
Not even before a marriage, when we're not even to that part yet.
Can we say that? Well, what I would say.
Okay, so sorry, I want to close this loop because Avery, you said it's alienating men, but then you say men are having kids later, which sounds like their choice, and I don't see how having kids later alienates
having
men.
a child.
I'm not done. I let you finish. I let you fucking finish. I let you fucking finish for one thing.
Let Mel finish.
And I think that women being able to plan their pregnancies for when they're actually ready to afford raising a child, especially in today's economy, is actually better for children and families.
Welcome back, Keelan.
I can't remember what the fuck I was gonna say now. God damn it! I wanted to push back on some stuff.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Oh, you said the thing about antidepressants and the thing about domestic violence. Well, Confluence kind of addressed that in his opening. Domestic violence has absolutely plummeted since the really quote unquote rise of feminism. So I think, but in terms of the SSRI thing, I've always find this as like a maybe not dishonest, but like an unfair comparison because SSRIs didn't really exist until like the 1980s or 90s or something. So it's like, absent evidence.
To any extent, they didn't exist at all until then.
SSRI specifically, I'm pretty sure they came on the market in, I want to say in the 1980s. Could be the 1990s.
So what did they use for treatment prior to that?
They used. I can tell you, they used barbiturates heavily for various things.
Yeah,
which women were heavily addicted to, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
and were the rates comparable between that? Did it just shift over?
Average's show was so good today. Oh, sorry, go
No,
ahead.
it wasn't because it
Yeah, it
didn't
was
finish
a
with
good
an open
show.
panel. So stop glazing panel hosts who don't have open panels afterwards.
Oh, open
Panel host doesn't require an open
You're
panel.
not even a real
Panels are
streamer if
overrated.
you don't do open
They're
panels.
overrated.
That's
Open panels suck.
Yeah, no, he went from B tier
facts.
panel host to C tier in my books.
What about your panel? Did you have one?
It sucks because I don't ever have one.
Wait, I want to finish this.
Yeah, plus, and you don't have anyone that wants to hang out with you.
But at least I can admit that I shouldn't
Calm
be hosting
down.
a panel.
Wait, section.
Yeah, we can all tell that you can't.
Oh, I just
So anyway, Tessie, what'd you say?
No, I just want to close this with you. So, yeah, what's your response to that point about
So for the SSRIs, I would say that we had other treatments for them prior to that, and I would imagine that they would have shifted over onto SSRIs. So you might have seen some kind of like increase in use of SSRIs or something like that as they onboard. But what I'm saying is in even more modern times, especially over the last 5 to 10 years, it has ramped up exponentially. And as far as the DV cases, you say that they plummeted. Are you talking about the reported ones? Because, we have women walking all over God's green earth, college campuses, all throughout stores, always squawking about, and on the internet, squawking about how many times they've been essayed or domestic violence and all this other stuff. And it's like, okay, so either it's happening, but it's not getting reported, or they're all a bunch of fucking liars. Which I'm actually kind of inclined to believe the second one more so, but
that's not.
Wait.
Feminists would be like, believe all women.
I just
and
want to.
so if we're supposed to believe them, then what is it? 1 in 4 is getting essayed. That's a form of domestic violence. So,
Wait, I posted a link in the back chat as well. So I'm just talking like statistically. So like,
so the reported ones where it's proven that actually did occur.
You can see that the link says intimate partner violence. So
I'm not looking at
your fucking confusion.
I'm not looking at the link. I'm just talking into my phone.
No, I understand, which is totally fine.
That's why I asked him.
And like I'll agree that maybe I guess there's two things to address, and I'll let other people get in. I don't want to dominate the conversation, but just really quickly, I think on the DV point, domestic violence, right? I think social media has obviously created a bit of a zeitgeist of like there's probably more visibility, so there may be a perception that people are like quote unquote complaining about these things more. I don't necessarily like. I would look more to like empirics on that. And just quickly on the SSRI thing, I think it is multivariable. I don't think I can draw a line directly to feminism, for example. But even more broadly, I think also, and Confluence might object to this, but I think part of it like speaks to maybe a broader societal issue, which I wouldn't place at the feet of feminism, but I think also we have a better understanding in terms of like diagnostics and other things. But for the record, I do think that a lot of medications are sort of overprescribed, but I'm not like a skeptic. I think they have absolute value. So that's a bit of a deeper well, but I'll let somebody else get in.
Yeah. So what I would like to hold on. Let me follow up one more time with that real quick. It won't take me long. Testy, could you agree that while it may not be solely based on feminism, that these societal issues and such are causing the increased usage or the perception of such? Do you think that it's at least a factor? Is it fair to say that it's at least a factor in it?
Probably the first I go is because I could say it's a possibility that it's like a contributing factor. I can't say for certain it's a factor. Yeah.
Because like, I mean, I could point to other things like, people's choice in religion or lack thereof could be a contributing factor. I'm not going to say it's a guaranteed one or that it's a major role or whatever, but it does at least play a part. And so that's what I was looking to see if you would agree that feminism at least plays a part in that role.
Feminism and religion, I don't see those things as a contradiction. Maybe I guess maybe it does, because like I would say certain religious tenets and
you ever read a religious text before, Testy?
Well, fair enough. There are some things probably in there where they're at odds. So like, sure, that's going to cause some friction. So one may come in like conflict with the other at certain points.
Well, far be it from Christians to pick and choose from the Bible.
But yeah, sorry, I feel like I'm
good one, man.
The combo. I got out what I wanted to get out, so I'll let you guys go at it.
So
Avery, you're dumb.
A lot of these, huh?
That's my argument for Avery. You're dumb.
I'm dumb. Oh, I mean that's fine. I mean,
That would be an ad hom, not an argument.
Trans kids, so I mean, I think
Dumb
that's
fuck.
absolutely fucking disgusting. So fuck you. But anyway, section.
You're bisexual. I don't make me defend Mal. How are you going to
Also, if I'm disgusting, I just want to note that our voices sound
Mel
very
thinks it's
similar.
okay to trans
You're both
kids.
disgusting to
It
most
means he's at
other
least
people,
half right.
okay?
Come on, Con.
This is what your voice sounds like, Avery. Your voice sounds disgusting according to
I
you.
really don't give a shit. According to
No,
me, how is
Avery
that
sounds like a
disgusting according
dude,
to me?
and you sound like a dude that's pretending to be a woman. Now shut up already, so you can
You
talk.
almost said I don't sound like a dude there. You almost said it.
No, I didn't. Anyways, Avery, what were you trying to ask?
So yeah, I was gonna push back on your comment when you said, "Oh, all these women are apparently so-called being essayed and all this domestic violence stuff." So, from what I'm looking at, it's saying 44 to 50% of domestic violence incidents go unreported.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and taper that down to somewhere between 35 and 40, right? Just for the sake of this conversation. There's a lot of reasons why people wouldn't report it at that time. You know, fear of retaliation. They could be threatening them. They could be threatening their kids if they have kids together. In a lot of these situations, in these households, the woman doesn't really have a stable job. Stuff like that. The man creates the abuser in this situation would create a dependence. Would create a reason for that woman to be dependent on them, so that way the abuse perpetuates, right? And then it's not until years later when they realize, and that happens quite a bit. So I'm not saying that all these women online are lying or that they're telling the truth, but like there is a lot of these cases that go unreported.
No, I never disagreed with that, and I'm sure that there's a lot of domestic violence towards men that goes unreported, probably more so than women, because there's a lot of stigma on that. I'm not contending with that. And before, when I said, you know, oh, maybe they're lying, and I might be more inclined to believe so, because I mean, you see women who say that he wouldn't let me, you know, max out his fucking credit card, and that means he abused me, and they'll call a fucking domestic violence charges on that shit too. And it's like they've broadened the horizon on what abuse could even be.
I know. There's also like cases of women like trying to blackmail their husbands, and their husbands are recording it the entire time.
Yeah, so it's
You know,
like
specific cases.
I don't think there's a way to know.
But in self-reported stuff, right, it is way higher. That's not like someone coming after someone. It's just like a self-report where you're like saying what you if you think you've experienced, you know, some instance of essay. I mean, I understand we have maybe broadened that category. So maybe something that back in the day people would just say that was an untoward thing that happened. Now they're going to think of it as essay. But this isn't the same as like people making like false rape accusations, because this is a lot of these studies that talk about like how often like, you know, college students have been essayed. It's just like someone reporting on a survey. It's not like someone like going public or like getting a grape kit or something like that, or like, you
They're
know,
not all
charging
that, but
anyone,
that is the
right?
majority, yeah.
And so I don't know if there's much incentive there with what you're saying, section, to like for the woman to like lie in that way. Like there is maybe a cultural reframing, like I said, of maybe something that would just be an uncomfortable sexual experience. Maybe that gets reframed as like this was essay. Like I think that's the thing that happens.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like a bunch of like, I don't know if I would say they're just like lying about this. And I think a lot of women do have like negative sexual experiences. Like just anecdotally, just talking to women, it seems like it's not a rare thing. If you know, like women, I feel like I'm not punting this far out. I know it's anecdotal, but just like the sheer amount of women, if you talk to them, there's stuff that's happening. You're like, that's fucked up. Is it like go to the police
Did
or
I
like
freeze
make
up or
it
did
longer
you?
fucked up? Like probably not, but it's pretty fucked up, you know?
Yeah, I'm not saying that none of them ever had that happen to them. That wasn't my claim. But especially in today's day and age, there's plenty of reasons why a woman would lie about that. And again, the definition of it, I guess you could
survey,
say.
though, is what I'm asking. Like on a self-reported survey,
Sure, but
it's not
here's
much
the thing,
just
though.
to lie on that, right? You
Sure,
might
there is,
reframe it in
though.
your mind, but
Sure,
you're
there
not
is.
like why it's anonymous. It's an anonymous
Sure.
survey. Like what do you're not gaining social
Yeah.
cred. You're not gaining anything.
Well, you do gain something if you're for the feminist movement and you want to see your values and your thought process and your worldview pushed forward. Even if you have to fudge the numbers a little, might you do so? I would imagine plenty of them
That's an even
would.
crazier. Do you think
And
like some college,
that's not that crazy.
college kid
Absolutely.
Some college kid who's doing like a self-report survey is like metagaming this, and they're like, I want to push feminism forward, so I'm going to say I was.
I'm not claiming all of them do it. I'm not claiming all of them do it. But I'm claiming that plenty of them probably could be. Yeah.
Section,
But confluence. To be fair, it makes sense in an alternate. Hi, I'm going. It makes sense in an alternate universe where feminism did in fact start as a result of college campus surveys. So what section saying could make sense if the facts were different.
Yeah, just say a bunch of retarded shit and strawman my argument. Good job.
Empowerment.
You don't even know what a woman is, so I don't know how you can comment on that.
I have to wonder if anyone on this panel takes issue with third wave feminism saying men are not entitled to a woman's body. You have to get a woman's consent first. Is there any problem with that?
No.
We don't need feminism to tell us that.
Apparently you did.
Sense and having respect.
No, apparently we didn't. I've never done anything wrong to a woman, so why would
in general? Apparently, men in general did need to hear that. Otherwise, feminism wouldn't have been necessary. Or third wave feminism wouldn't have been necessary.
You're also a man. Remember that.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
You're also a man. Remember that.
We don't need LGBTQ on LGBTQ violence, okay? We don't need that, Avery.
But what does it have to do with anything?
I mean, Mel started it, so I mean,
if it's an ad hom, fine. I don't care.
Phrasing it like you're outside the box.
Yeah.
See, at least my ad hom was clearly an ad hom.
At least section gets what I'm trying to say.
That was the irony of me calling it an argument, but okay.
So anyway, can we actually argue what we were arguing before instead of a straw man of some shit that nobody's fucking said?
But I just showed that you don't really take much issue with third wave feminism because you agree that men are not entitled to a woman's body.
I take issue with all feminism because I don't think that we needed the feminism movement to teach us any of this shit. We could have done it without it.
That's a reductionist take of third wave feminism. To be clear, Mel.
It's okay. It's one particular thing they brought up, but that was part of the cultural shift that came out of third wave.
How the fuck is she talking and her mouth isn't moving?
Oh, the settings are bad right now.
Yeah,
I can't fix the settings because I don't have a mouse.
So anyway, Avery, what was the thing that you wanted to ask me in particular?
Let's Chief, I think it's time you join. Okay, I think it's time you join. Let's Chief. Okay.
Can someone
put your money where your mouth is?
My name is Straight Soda. I'm the straight version of Big Soda, and I don't know what third wave feminism is, second wave feminism. First, can someone define these terms?
No, probably not.
I'll give it my best shot. They're amorphous in some ways. It's almost like a bunch of factors come together. But third wave. This is going to be a little stupid, but second wave was all like very like anti, let's say like the exploitation of women and like anti like the male gaze and all this stuff, and that we shouldn't have like pornography and all this stuff. And then third wave does what Mel says, but then also was like, no, we should actually like re-empower ourselves. It's fine for women to be sexual. We should actually own this. This is something that men have taken from us, and we have to go the extra step and now like own our sexuality. And it's empowering to do all these things. So it's kind of like the empowerment and like the sexual and like, I don't want to say spiritual because it's not really true, but like in that like other dimension where, so it's almost like a progression of like
spiritual degeneracy,
rights, and then you want like the legal intellectual rights and stuff like that, and now it's like moving into the energetic and like sexual lens of things. So that's at least how I understand.
We're whores, and you can't call us that.
You're clueless. So the first one,
how was that? Wait, what am I clueless on?
First wave was about basic legal rights and voting. The second wave was about workplace and home equality. The third wave was about individual identity and diversity. You did not say that, you fucking loser.
You're repeating what you're retarded.
In the fourth wave,
you just said it more concise.
Mel wants the trans kids.
In the fourth wave, hey, does anyone want to know what the fourth wave is since you're fucking clueless?
Holy shit.
No, yeah, I want to know.
I don't want to hear it.
I want to know all the way what the fourth wave is.
I'm so sorry you're afraid of learning.
Guys, I want to know what the fourth wave is.
I love that you just said I'm wrong and then repeated what I said in different words. I love
Yes.
that.
When did I say
Basically.
spiritual once?
If we all talk
What's
at
the
once.
fourth
I
wave?
said it's
Bro
a
brought
bad
spiritual into this. Bro brought spiritual into this.
I
Okay,
literally
so no,
said
you're lying.
I
You just don't
literally-
remember
you
what
can't
you said
listen,
because
Mel.
you rambled. You don't
I
remember
brought
what you
Is that
said.
Listen,
fourth
I
wave?
literally said
Is fourth
that's
wave
not the right
spiritual?
word. But I mean
Yeah, and then
more
I
in the
used
sense
it.
of like
It's the
energy and
workplace
agency
spiritual. My
and
God.
sexual empowerment.
Is fourth
No,
wave
let your boys
spiritual?
defend you
Fuck,
for a
Mel,
second. Let
you
your boys
dumb
defend you for a
absolute
second. Let the
fuck.
massive workplace is spiritual. Let's go.
What is fourth wave?
Digital activism and systemic accountability.
Wow, you're reading from AI, so that's why you think I'm wrong, because I actually know these concepts, and you're reading from a fucking AI.
Oh.
You absolute dumb fuck retard. Holy shit.
I didn't actually. I have notes on this.
Well, hey guys,
have
I
notes.
appreciate the definitions. It was helpful to me.
Did you
God,
learn
Mel,
anything?
you're a
though?
little
'Cause
fucking
again, I think
piece
it's
of
a
shit.
bit of a learning disability collectively on this panel.
Mel, you're the only one with like a million disabilities, like actually a million disabilities. Don't even ask
Yet I,
any of us.
and yet I still
Don't
beat
even
you in
ask any
debates.
of us. Don't
If
even
I still
fucking
beat you in debates,
start
what does that
with
say
me.
about you?
You've never beaten me in anything in your fucking
Oh,
life,
okay.
Mel,
Keep
and you
telling
never
yourself with that.
fucking will.
Put yourself to sleep at night with that one.
No, you too. You too,
Okay.
Mel.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
No, you're so fucking
Yeah.
full of yourself.
I will.
It's
I will.
hilarious.
Sorry,
I'm
in
busy.
Wisconsin,
Tons of
in
people
Wisconsin,
used to
we
like it
say
so bad.
guys is
Oh.
gender neutral.
Anyways, yeah, y'all
Yeah, I
don't know.
want to
shit
see.
about
Marte
them.
said he would join, but he's not joining. So I don't know.
Yeah, where the fuck is Marte?
I have a
Sam
bone to
is
pick with
coming up.
Vigilante. Can Vigilante, can you respond in chat? Do you practice your openings before you give them?
Yeah, Vigi, we do have some problems with your openings. We do have some critiques. We have some notes, Vigi. We have some notes, okay? Just a pattern we've noticed.
I got a question about feminism, if you guys will allow it. If it was so successful and so good for women, why did they need 4 waves of it?
Because when you dealt with the first set of issues,
It's a goal point.
women were empowered
Goalpost.
to deal with the next set of issues. Because the first set of issues are the most basic, and the next set of issues deal with more
Each generation wanted to relive the glory of the previous one. That's why we made up our own oppressed groups now, like
exactly.
An oppressed
shit, I got it
gender
wrong.
group that doesn't
Man.
actually exist that we made up to say,
we make up
look
our
at
own
this
problems
oppressed
now.
group that we need to
You're
protect.
better
Elect
than I
us.
could.
It's because we've solved all of our real problems as a society, left and right wing, and now we're bickering about little things and pretending like
now we
we're
just make
shields.
shit up.
Hey, Confluence, explain the waves better than I could, buddy. Let's go. Let's see it.
I have no. Look, you gave a more concise definition.
Show me
I just
how it's
don't like-
done.
I
Show
don't
me how
like
it's
that. I
done.
explained it. You
Why
said
does he have to
I'm
do it
so
again?
wrong, and then you repeated what I said in just like a more
No, I
concise
didn't.
way because you're reading off some like AI summary. And sure,
You
I
fucking
see you can-
rambled, dude.
Yeah, I
You
know
threw
I
shit at the wall to
rambled.
see what sticks.
I'm
You
like,
heard
I'm
one
just-
thing that
when someone
stuck.
asks me a
The
question,
first thing
I'm
stuck, and you're like,
camped
"Oh my
up,
god,
Mel.
everything else is
I'm
going to stick,"
camped
and then
up.
you ran with
So
that
I'm not,
idea.
like,
You
pulling
didn't
up-
listen
I'm
to
not
anything
pulling
else that
up some
followed
summary.
clearly.
I'm not pulling up notes, right? I'm just like giving. This is my view of what I know in the moment, right? So I don't have the luxury of like doing what
He
you
literally,
do.
I
he
just
literally
wanted to
said,
see
you know
if
what,
any
I'll
of
give
you
it a
all could
shot. And
surprise
then you're
me.
like, oh, you
Yes.
fucking retard.
I just wanted to see if any of you all could surprise me for half a second and actually do it. Then you couldn't. Then I brought up my own notes, and then I did it. And by the way, Confluence,
so
when
you
you started
would
the
listen to
first
it,
thing,
you never
by the way,
really-
Confluence,
You're absolutely so fucking
okay, I
stupid.
can wait till you're all done.
You're
It's
like
fine.
the stupidest person that joins the
I can
panel.
pick up
by a
on that.
long shot.
Pull up
By the way,
Vigilante's
Saying
comment.
like a shit
Pull
of
up
a shit.
Vigilante's
By the way,
comment.
Confluence, you only heard that the first thing matched what you said. 2, 3, and 4 did not match what you said. Let's roll back the tape and see.
I never said. First of all,
Okay, roll back the
2 and
tape,
3
coward.
did. I never
Roll
mentioned
back the
4.
tape,
You
coward.
dumb fuck. You dumb fuck.
Roll
You
back the
disabled
tape, coward.
fucking loser. I didn't even
Yeah, you're
mention
afraid to
the
roll back
fourth
the tape,
wave.
aren't you? You are.
Melvin's
Dude,
just
I have a
jerking off
stutter.
right now.
Practicing only helps so much. Unfortunately, I've
Yeah,
combined
but
to
now,
ADHD
Confluence
and
can't even roll back
faster
the tape.
than I
Confluence,
can
that's sad.
Confluence,
Not
did
gonna
you know that
placate
AI
your
could
dumb
describe it better than you
attention-seeking
can?
ass, Mel. We got Marte in the
Confluence.
freaking house.
What up,
Yeah, no,
Marte?
real quick, just to answer
Hello,
your guys'
Marte.
Marte, I gotta say specifically from one debater to the next, you are F tier, and you really got to improve. If you want,
Yeah, as if anyone gives a shit what a
Wait,
person
You're
says.
going Kurt-coded right now. Mel, you're so shit.
Vigi has something to say.
saying man to man would have made more sense.
Muted. Where Marte say something? Just to check.
Yeah, I've only lost 2 debates out of 110, but that's F tier.
Okay.
But let's go.
Okay, well, whenever
you got whooped by me, dog, like 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Let Vigi talk. He has something to say.
Realize that you need debate coaching. I'm offering it for free, and I'm just saying, like, you really could.
You can't even teach yourself what gender you are. Shut up.
No one's gonna listen to someone who wants to
Nobody's listening. No troons.
Why don't you ask AI, dumb fuck?
I don't.
Yeah, just to respond to you guys about the openings thing. Like I try. Unfortunately, I don't actually like take medication or anything for my ADHD. So yeah, it's a problem that I've consistently had when I'm not medicated.
Mel, did your doctor up your fucking estrogen dosages or something? Because you're super argumentative.
Ironically, yes.
You're super argumentative today, man.
Oh my
Like,
gosh,
holy
okay,
shit.
He's got that chemically induced PMSing.
Yeah. He's on his tomato sauce period right now.
I can't even front that. Like, that is hilarious that Avery straight up called it.
Like, I'm not being facetious. That was a genuine question.
And to be clear, I'm enjoying myself. I'm not emotional.
I've had friends that have transitioned before. Okay, like I saw this.
Maybe friends with benefits. Even you sound like maybe sometimes you're.
I mean, I would fuck a trans dude if he was good looking. I've said that multiple times on stream.
Oh my god!
Hold on. Gigi, you surprised me. So Gigi, like I got outranked there.
Vigi, besides that, getting your ass whooped on Friday night this Friday, we got to do a debate about Israel because I got 2 people on the panel now that I've beaten in debates about Israel. I got Marte and we got Mel.
How have you?
No, you haven't beat. No, you haven't beat me on that debate. I actually won that.
I literally don't care about Israel or the Middle East enough. My answer is literally the same as Twisted Aviators, and it's just fucking nuke it.
See, people like Tyler ruin merit in this space, right? Because when he says he wins something, it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, you got
the entire Middle East,
kind of like Melvin.
Mel, you just said you were a great debater and able to coach people. You're fucking dog shit. You're like half retarded and drooling.
Nobody said Melvin isn't delusional.
I actually won the Israel debate, by the way.
Oh,
you get mobbed in debate by a delusional person. What does that say about you?
Shut up for a second. Shut up, Mel. Shut up. I want to hear Vigi give his thoughts on the debate, and then Marte.
I mean, generally, I think we are mostly talking past each other. Like, obviously, like I can do better in my openings and closings, or like and throughout the debate, like not fucking stuttering. But like that's a problem that I unfortunately cannot help. I wish I fucking could. It annoys the shit out of me too.
Sorry. You are an F tier, but I'll help you prep if you ever want.
Shut up, man.
Shut up.
I like I said, we were talking past each other most of the time. Unfortunately.
Right,
Sounds like a cop out to me.
How do you think you did?
I think I did really well. I think that I offered some paradoxical questions that never got answered. I think when it came to the summation of trying to figure out the benefits, we really didn't even hear that in the entirety of the debate. I think that if you were talking about a threshold argument, it was overwhelmingly on our side for sure.
That's no surprise.
That's weird. I feel like I get some really easy as
women,
like female.
Alex, how do you feel like the debate went?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it went all right.
So, like, we did provide
brief openers and brief crosstalk I saw.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of if I'm being honest, Marte, a lot of the fucking like ways that you guys tried to tear down the like shit that we brought up in our opening and rebuttals was more obfuscation than anything. A lot of it was like irrelevant to the actual point of the debate, like the fucking lesbian relationship stuff, which I fucking tore that down right back. Like
no, you didn't actually. I can demonstrate how.
Mediocre at best.
So if you look at a feminine relationship, the definition of feminism is the move for egalitarianism while tearing down a patriarchal structure. What more than a feminine relationship than be a lesbian relationship? That's like the Pierce test of that. How's that not?
Patriarchal structures don't exist purely as straight or gay structure relationships.
Right. That doesn't address what I just asked, though. But if you look at a lesbian relationship, there's no man in there. There's no patriarchy there.
But lesbians can exist as non-feminists.
Do better.
Yeah, you're bringing it up as pseudo construct, but can you engage in
They're
what I
not
just asked,
lesbians
though?
because they're feminists, though. So your logic doesn't work that way.
They're both women. There's no men.
You dumb.
Yeah, this is obfuscation now.
You could imply it the other way. You could imply it the other way. You could imply it the other way that maybe some people are lesbians because they're feminists, but not that, lesbians.
Yeah, someone's doing a lot of heavy lifting here, though.
Yeah, debate master Mel just doesn't understand the argument. I was trying to paraphrase it earlier in that you're impeaching the credibility of the group of people that you were saying this is who you want to give authority to. This is who you want to give equal say to. Men are stronger, men are more capable, men are more rational, et cetera, and then using two women in a relationship is the best way to isolate that one variable and say, look at this variable when left to its own accord, it gets more violent, it's less appropriate, et cetera. So I understood your argument perfectly. I think you guys are talking past each other.
Well, that's a great, concise way of saying that, too. The same thing I said. But yeah, that's my point exactly as well, too.
Yeah, that's a dumb point because men aren't always more rational. They tend to be less emotionally intelligent in high stress situations.
Majority.
Experiencing strong emotions.
Majority.
That's why they tend to lose verbal arguments and want to fight.
Yeah,
men are so rational. Men are so rational that you're more rational than a real woman still.
That's why I'm winning
all the best
debates.
speakers are men.
Yes.
That's your
all the best
excuse. Okay,
speakers
cool.
are men.
It's not an excuse. You
It
win
sounds like an
debates and
excuse to me.
you're a
Yeah,
better
it sounds
debater
like-
and win debates. Yes, because you're still a man.
Oh, kind of backtracking a bit.
That's
calm
also
your
why you love
estrogen.
trolling so much.
Calm your estrogen.
I just think you're funny.
Uh-huh.
Like, and not like laughing with you, but laughing at you, kind of.
Yeah. Funny.
You're literally a Furby on the fucking screen. Shut up.
Not funny. Funny queer.
There's a bit of irony to that if you think about it.
We're just kind of laughing at you. Meanwhile, you're a fucking orange Furby. We're all laughing at you. What the
So
fuck
if you
are
have
you
a
talking?
Furby laughing at you, what does that say about you?
Oh my
It doesn't say shit about
You're
me.
delusional
It says that I have a
retard.
fucking
You
weirdo
fucking idiot.
talking.
What the fuck is that?
It means I'm on panel with a fucking weirdo. That's what it
Can we
means.
stop swearing? Can we stop swearing? My mom
Yeah,
is listening
Virgin
to
Ears
this.
on panel.
Oh, I'm sorry,
No.
Keelan's mom. She's a very nice woman.
These Furby ears are virgin ears, so shut the fuck up.
Highly doubt that.
First of all, I thought this was Sarah's thing. If this is your thing, Dusty, yeah, Testy shouldn't buy it either, okay? But I thought that was Raging Tomatoes merch.
I thought this wasn't yours, but if it is, he shouldn't buy this.
He shouldn't buy. He shouldn't buy it in either case. It's stupid. The cockable, like what? It's not even funny. It's not even clever.
No.
I'm just here to haunt you all for having a panel in the first place.
you
'Cause
fucking do.
I'm not smart enough to have one myself.
I'm starting.
You're very good at it.
I'm starting my own panel.
Get it.
I'm
Yeah,
starting
now
my
we
own
got
panel.
beat.
You're all banned.
Me and Dusty are fighting, if I recall. I can't remember the date or the precise conditions, but I do recall a fight is happening.
It's
You got
Dusty.
beef now?
Is it a
Dusty-
debate or is it a
That was
fight?
very serious beef
I'm pretty
too.
sure a
based
fight
on that.
happened. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
usually
You're gonna
don't
get
age
fucking
against that.
destroyed, dude. Holy shit.
What I
It sounds
think
like they're never gonna just like get over it. or
Dusty
anything.
apparently is taller than I anticipated.
Just,
so I have
just
to
toss
take
him an
that
8
into
ball and
account.
he'll be fine.
He's also older, and yeah, if you throw some like flour on the floor, he might get distracted.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, if you think about
pop
it,
up an
women-
8 ball in the air and then kick him in the knees. He'll be fucking done.
If you think about it, women have to be more emotionally intelligent because they can't fight, right? So they have
If
to.
they were
resolve
more
conflict
emotionally
somehow.
intelligent,
that's
why
fair.
do they
That's
fucking
the most-
flip out once a month?
Well, that's biology. That
Like
they
women
would-
still fight. I'm not saying they never fight, but it's not like an instinct like it is for men, and certainly like
What do you define
Sure
as
it is. They
emotional
just do it in a
intelligence?
different way.
You ever seen a
when
bunch
men
of
throw
black women
tantrums-
at best?
when men throw tantrums, it is a whole different beast than when women throw tantrums. You're better at throwing tantrums.
I watched some
Emotional
videos
intelligence.
of
Or
ratchet ass women.
Women and men have things that they both excel at, and things that they both don't excel at, and some of those
Yeah,
overlap. So,
childbearing and raising children.
And sometimes they try to
good at
pretend to be the other ones
multitasking.
that they don't excel at anything.
Women are generally better multitaskers as well.
I think everyone has something that they're good at.
And sometimes when men don't excel at things, they form
Thanks,
a boys
Keelan.
club like this panel here.
You old white pillar, you.
This is the boys'
Yeah,
club.
and you're another guy on the panel.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm
Welcome to
bringing
the
one more dick
fucking
to this
world.
sausage fest. I am bringing
I don't
one
know
more
why you
dick
do
to
this
this
to
sausage
yourself.
fest. I'm
He's
only proving-
becoming
I'm only proving
self-aware.
my own
Oh my
point.
God.
And when
I'm
I
only
say
proving
everyone has
my own
something that
point.
they're good
I'm a
at, I'm
tautology.
also saying that everyone has a lot that they're not good at, and we should be a bit humble about that.
Wow, Sage.
That's fair. Like being a F-tier coach for other debaters.
Keelan learned the word humble recently, I think.
I've been listening to
Testy,
Kendrick
I'll
Lamar
fucking
for
fight you in a
years
second.
now.
I'm coming for you, Testy. I'm coming for you.
Oh, did it just sink in?
He only racial profiled half of you, Keelan.
That's suspect, Confluence. You're doing what for Testy?
You heard me.
I wish I didn't.
Let's go around.
Yeah, you're always putting his balls in your mouth.
Okay, wait,
Everyone
shut up.
pick-
This is Keelan's panel.
Everyone
so we have to do what he
pick
says.
one person on the panel who you have
Way to
beef with
project.
and say what you think they're good at.
I think Mel
Everyone
is good
and
at
nothing.
being a little bitch.
Everyone
Yeah, I was
and
going to say the
nothing.
same thing. All right. Fuck you, Confluence.
Didn't we already do this shit last time?
Now I got beef with Confluence.
Actually, no, Vigi's here, so I don't have beef with Vigi.
No,
Vigi's.
just the one person you have the most beef with. I'll go. I think Tyler is good at debating.
I think Big Soda's endearing.
Not Section
Tyler is my biggest op.
Big Soda is rather endearing. That's what I'm going to go with.
I think Confluence is very good at being metrosexual.
I think Mel has bigger balls than anyone on here.
Thank you.
True.
Alex, who do you hate the most?
Between what?
It wasn't hate the most. Who you have beef with the most?
Oh, I don't really have beef. with
That Big
anyone.
Soda's always talking out of his element, you know.
I don't really
So
have
it's
beef
not
with
even
anyone.
Can we do wrong
honestly.
answers only after this?
That's Keelan.
Tyler's my biggest op.
I don't
You're
really
my
have beef
biggest
with anybody
mistake.
here.
You were an accident.
Melvin is the best F-tier debater I've ever witnessed.
Wait, what did you say before debater? You cut out for me.
1v1 Mel debate. I don't know if I want to, but
Yeah, I could say the same for you, Confluence. So
well, I have many 1v1 debates. Okay, many that I've won, by the way, objectively speaking.
actually, no, I'll give Confluence a real debate. At least he's not like the aging tomato where she's like, "Oh, I don't debate," but then when she loses a debate against me, she has to find a way to remove me from her panel.
He did get banned.
I don't
over
feel
there.
like
I did
that's-
hear about that.
I don't know if you should be taking it personally that people remove you from your panel with how often that happens.
Unless they put up with the same behavior that they banned me for from other people when they have more clout, thus showing that it's clearly just that it's easier to get rid of me than it is some other people.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sarah's having a moment right now for standing up to the person that had the most clout in the room, so I'm going to give her that.
Because she wasn't really given a choice.
She could've just
Sure
said
she
no
was.
to you.
She had every chance to make the choice, and she made it.
I mean, her reaction was like the worst reaction possible. Like, I understand she was in a hard position. I had sympathy for her at the beginning. She was losing all those subs and stuff, but the reaction was just awful. It's just been a
No, I'm talking about
crash out.
the
But you see
Muslim
that like
guy
she's on
debating.
other shows now and stuff. So clearly, when that beef started, she was offered other stuff, which is why she stuck to it, not because she had a hard choice to make.
Yeah, there was something that happened this week with one of her debates where some Muslim guy crashed out on her and started calling her a bad moderator and shit. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, she got that like, Vegas thing going, so she's doing good. But that's the thing; she should have known at the beginning that she would do fine. But I don't know. Maybe it's some like 4D chess move.
Yeah, I ditch all your asses if Joe Rogan invited me on his show.
No, you didn't.
Keep fucking dreaming, bitch.
I am the only one here who would get invited to Joe Rogan. Be honest.
Let's race.
be honest.
Let's fucking race,
What?
okay? Let's race to Joe Rogan's show.
All right, I'm gonna put all my money on Marte.
Yeah, Marte
Yeah,
actually is closer than any of us.
I have
If we're being
talked to
honest,
Joe
he is
Rogan.
closer than any of us right now.
I've talked to
he's
Joe
leading.
No, you guys set your bets. They're set already.
And Joe Rogan and
and I
Marte,
have
they probably
sparred.
would click. Like they have the same kind of like lack of brain.
Yeah,
cells.
right. You'd be dead.
We sparred. No, he's a very tender lover.
What?
So by sparred, you mean he fucking?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean
What
by
the heck are you
sparred?
talking about?
You look at Joe Rogan and you
Wait,
tell me he's not a big
this
teddy
is your-
bear. He's not
this is
gonna
your
hurt you.
Muslim fitness instructor, Keelan? Is that what's going on here?
If
Joe
you
Rogan
met my
doesn't need
fitness
to hurt
instructor,
you.
you would unironically love him. He used to do stunts in Egypt. Like he's just a really interesting dude.
Joe Rogan doesn't
Who?
need to hurt you. He can just mentally
Rogan?
cripple you with his alternative facts.
Oh.
I would pay so much money, Mel, for you to go on Joe Rogan Experience and just get fucking demolished.
I'd be kicked off.
That would be
Let's be real.
great
Let's be
thing to
real.
watch.
Let's be real. I'd be kicked out of there in the first
Oh
hour.
my
You would not air
god,
that episode.
Joe Rogan is in the back chat.
You'd be laughed out of there.
I hope it's Anderson.
Joe Rogan's in chat. What?
Wait, you know how we're supposed to say something nice about someone? No one else is as good at getting kicked off of panels as Melvin is. Absolute bro.
That's
actually.
I mean, that's his skill. That actually does.
Have you
I mean,
seen
you gotta be
Imperious or
fucking good at
Snafu?
it.
Have you seen the people known as Imperious or Snafu? They
heard
actually
of
make
them,
me look
but-
like an amateur.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to compare that. I'd have to.
I've
see,
been
but
kicked off.
out of the people that I know.
I've been kicked off of every panel I've ever joined.
If
this is true, how am I still on Jack Halkett's
Why
panel?
somebody ended a panel?
Yeah, I don't know the snafu guy, but I've heard bad things, so I'm assuming that he's somebody that's
he's caught in a snafu.
Keep your hand on the trigger, buddy.
Is it that I'm
Hand
good
on
at
the
being
trigger.
kicked off of panels, or is that people are really bad at hearing what I have to say without getting triggered?
It's because what you have to say is absolutely fucking retarded, Mel. It just
Oh, okay, so
it
it's, me.
is.
So it's the latter. Okay, thank you for confirming, Avery, without saying what
it's
I
like the emotional crash outs that happen like
Yeah.
very regular.
It's like, oh my god, how dare you disagree with me? Oh my god,
It's
fucking
like, you know,
horrible
when-
person. Ah! Like, fuck.
when everyone says that you're the asshole and you're like, no, I'm not. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, you are, man.
Disagreeableness that you
It's everyone else's fault, not me. It's not because I'm crashing
Oh,
out.
I
and
just
I'm
assume
high
you mean
estrogen.
relativistically. Like, I
What-
can't be more of an asshole
Wait.
than you guys. That's for
What
sure.
is the saying? If you meet two assholes before lunch, you're probably the asshole.
It's more like A equals B equals C, and that we're all the asshole together collectively.
Okay.
Press the doubt. I think it's just a you thing, homie.
It's a me problem. Or
I
is it,
do
again,
think
is
so.
it a skills issue that I lay down facts and
If,
you're just
if you run into an
I'm
asshole
pretty
in
sure
the
it's
morning,
what
damn it! God damn it! It's never what I want it to be. Fuck.
if you run into an asshole in the morning, you ran into an asshole. If you run into assholes all day, you're the asshole.
That is true.
So,
Well,
and
damn,
you
I
have to
got,
go.
like,
And if you have to go to a
about 8
place
assholes in
full
front
of
of me, holy
assholes to
shit.
feel like you're not the asshole,
Oh well,
But
no,
there's
I
a
know I'm an
non-zero chance
asshole.
you could just run into a string of assholes. That has to be like mathematically possible.
Yeah.
too.
what happens when you have to go to a place that's full of assholes to not feel like the asshole, though?
But I like feeling like an asshole, though.
You'd
I mean,
probably
I-
still just be
I
less of
prefer
an
pussy
asshole.
over ass, but okay, whatever.
Guys, I have an idea. Let's start an Elden Ring seamless co-op game right now.
Probably not.
Now let's do a
All
Tetris
nine
tournament.
was.
I bet you I'm better than you all at Tetris.
Tetris. Yep.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
I bet I'm better than you
I
at
kind of have
chess.
my doubts. You don't seem to be that good at fitting in, so Tetris is probably not it.
Oh, that was good. That was good. I'll give you that.
I might be the best chess player on this panel.
Oh, chess. No,
My
I'm,
God,
I'm
Confluence
okay at
and
chess. I
Keelan,
might
have y'all
surprise you.
fucked each other while playing chess yet? God damn. It's been like a running thing.
Actually,
Oh,
yeah. Why
shit.
don't we do chess boxing in this
Fucking
space?
get a
Like
room
everyone's
already.
trying to fight each other. Let's just do chess boxing.
Confluence doesn't want this.
How about regular
I-
boxing
Just
instead of
boxing,
playing
I
chess?
can't-
Out. I'd
Again,
knock
I'm,
his
I'm
ass
not in
out.
good enough cardio for boxing. That's the problem.
Then
I mean,
fucking
excellent
buy a
cardio.
bike and touch some grass for once in your fucking life.
wants to
Scoots.
work.
What are you talking about?
Now, if we combine the time that I spend in public and you spend in public, it would be like 20-1 in my favor, and we
Confluence,
both
do you
know that.
scoot? Confluence,
We
do you
both
scoot?
know
Do you
that.
scoot around town?
No, I don't say
Oh, you
Mel,
was
do you
in a
leave,
throw.
do you leave your apartment ever?
It's a moped, not a scooter. Thank you.
Yeah, but what do?
Hey,
They scoot.
Fucking shit about scooters, man. They're fucking cool, all right?
They scoot.
Yeah, Avery rocks a
The
mean
funniest.
scooter,
Okay. Sorry, Avery, that you had to chime in there because I was about to say the funniest thing is a fat
Sorry.
person on like an electric scooter.
Fuck you,
And
bitch.
It's like you know what's going on there. You kind of feel bad for them.
I'm about to
But you
What do you
kinda
guys
laugh.
think about? What do you guys think about downtown
my
by
scooter goes
Macon?
30 miles an hour, so I mean, I don't know what scooters
Oh
we're
man, you're
talking about
fucking
here.
scooting.
Wow, that's 50K here in Canada. I can still bike faster than that though.
That's scooting.
Confluence, have you listened to Downtown by Macklemore? It's about scooters.
don't even drive a scooter. Okay, I just happen to own a scooter. I don't drive a scooter. Okay, I own.
You ride one.
The lore
You don't-
officially
you drive a
states
car.
now that
Moped.
Confluence
Don't even
scoots
drive
around
the
town when he's
moped.
not
I just
streaming.
own it. I don't
Confluence
scooter
is a
in
streamer
anything.
who scoots around town when he's not live.
He used to walk
That's the lore.
barefoot everywhere.
Can't change it.
I swear I don't drive it. I just have it here at my house, and
It's not even at
rely
my,
on it for
it's not at my
transportation.
apartment. It's not even
One
with
simply
me.
doesn't drive a scooter.
Yeah, he's not driving. He's traveling. Fucking
And it's
soft
just like
sit.
his.
He's
It's
scooting.
just like his box of dildos. He doesn't use them, guys.
You gotta say, I'm scooting my scooter.
Look, I could rip all of your balls off in your each
Yes,
unique
you'll do it for
way,
you'll do it for free. Even
you wouldn't
really.
You wouldn't.
I don't have
get
to
me
fill out any
unboxing.
paperwork or anything.
Mel's been saving up for years.
I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. Although you got to sew them back. You got to sew everything back together afterwards.
Connie,
Well, that
if
feels-
we
that
if we
feels
Yeah, you gotta
chess
sew it
box-
back and invert it.
if we chess boxed, your best bet would be beating me in chess, and we both know that I have the overall record in that.
Can y'all just do this right
I'm not
now?
gonna be
Can y'all just
drunk
do it
when we're
live?
chess boxing.
Can y'all just do
okay?
it live?
My best
It's
bet would be
circle
hitting you
jerking,
in the
but
chest.
take out board and
I've
left.
at least boxed before.
My best bet would be hitting y'all in the chest because none of you have any pectorals to save your life.
I'm Apollo coded, so don't come at me, Confluence.
No, I don't believe you. You sound like the most beta.
You would
cuck
probably
male
try to
on this
gas
panel.
me. If I got a good
Confluence
hit
is
on
right
you,
next to
Keelan,
you.
it'd be freaking lights out. It'd be lights out.
Mel,
You'd have to
that
be
is
crazy.
racist against people from the
guys.
Midwest.
Good.
This circle jerk dick measuring contest is so bored that Marte, the guy who does bodybuilding, left.
That was the plan, Vigi. Why do you say the quiet part out loud all the fucking time? So
Who the hell is
annoying.
Marte?
Some sort of F tier streamer, I think. Doesn't even
I feel like
debate.
you're projecting here.
Well, we
Oh,
did
I'm
stop talking
definitely.
about feminism.
I'm non-tier. I just don't tier. Well, in debater, I'm not.
Oh, so you're
in debater, I
you're so
put
worse
myself
than
A
F.
tier.
They can't even give you a tier.
As a
Vigilante
streamer, I'm
tierable.
non-tier, right? Because I don't stream.
Z
That's
tier.
a great point. That's a great point. Vigilante, how big is your penis? Like how big?
There's only one right
Don't,
answer.
don't answer that. Don't answer that.
There's only one right answer, and it's big enough for your mom.
Oh my god.
The prophet once said, "A flat chested woman is much different than a kid being flat chested."
Just remember
Oh my
that.
God.
He's
Remember that.
trying.
You were all like flat-chested women when you were little boys.
The marketing is
There's
continuing.
absolutely no difference, right?
The marketing continues.
Section,
Let's
what's your
Chief is
response to
gonna
that?
absolutely fucking destroy Section right now. Let's go.
Dude, he's not destroying shit.
Section technically won the argument.
I heard Section.
One joke
Why
overplayed.
destroy what's already ruined for one thing? So Section trying to ruin.
Quoting
stuff
it
by
out of
ruining
context, it
himself
doesn't
is-
matter.
Section won the debate, but Let's
It's in the
Chief won
Quran.
the war.
I would disagree.
The meme
Reusing
war.
the same material over and over again is pretty gay.
No, it's good repetition.
My own
That's
chat.
very
Someone
healthy.
paid $10
Yeah, I
for a
disagree.
1v1 section against
Please.
Let's
Gamer comes
Chief.
in
Okay,
threes.
we all want to hear it. We all want
Please
to
up
hear
your
it.
e-begging game. This is terrible. This is very low energy.
It's like the joke from
Now,
Family
you
Guy,
can help. You can help. Okay.
where the dude falls down and holds his knee and goes,
Yeah.
for like a super long time. That's what Les Chief is doing, but on a more
you do get
complex
paid.
level.
Yeah, you're all like a
It's
Family
not
Guy
out
joke,
here.
and I'm like an American Dad joke.
Confluence, you got to ask for like 250 and then get down to $10, like everyone else in this kind of area.
That's
This
true.
whole region of the internet
250.
does.
I misspoke.
$150. We will bring Easy's baby mama up.
Oh, fuck.
Christina, and we'll talk to Section. and
You
Let's
know,
Chief for
Tyler,
some
if you
reason.
talk enough shit about him, he apparently shows up.
Oh, I
Tyler,
like Easy just
lick
fine.
snooze, okay, you lick snooze.
What about easy buttons?
Who the hell is in the
Fuck you,
bathroom?
Tyler. Fuck you.
Oh my. And the Sarah the Raging Tomato being a friend of mine didn't really bother anybody, but she's suing Andrew. But that's what set you guys over?
What? I was taking a drink and he said bring his wife up and I fucking choked.
Oh my god.
Voltaire,
Y'all need to
favorite thing
stop
was-
hitting that easy button when you try to debate me. I swear to God.
Let's Chief, you just kept posting that same comment, and I just kept fucking laughing because you kept reposting.
I never make anyone laugh. My jokes are never funny.
No, I'm sure you get.
No, you got some bangers from time to time.
Shut up! No, I'm not. I wasn't sympathy fishing. Fuck you.
Too bad.
It's supposed to be a joke.
No, I wasn't.
It's meta commentary. It's supposed to be a joke in and of itself. Oh,
I don't have any sympathy for you. I was being.
you ruin everything.
We all participate in this
That was
space,
the point,
because
bro.
we're all fucking autistic. We're not going to get the joke.
How dare you say that
I'm
about me?
autistic, so
I
I'm
am
not
not. I
going to get it. You're
am
not
not
going to get the
autistic.
joke.
Section, what did you mean by this comment? I have completely missed out on
Confluence,
what
you got the
fuck
dono.
happened.
Get back here with your dick in your
posted-
hand. And,
they posted a
fucking
video where a guy-
spread pee all over your
POS.
keyboard. You got the $10 dono.
You're not
Get your
taking
ass back
advice.
here. Put some pants on.
My
Put some
dick
pants
is
on. I saw
Yeah,
your
exactly.
boxers.
Put some fucking pants on.
Yeah, we
Was my cam
fucking
showing?
weirdo.
My dick was actually in my hand. That was weird.
And this
Okay,
is
it
How we
was.
do.
We're talking about dicks too much already on these panels.
I thought you liked that though.
So Avery,
kicked if they cannot control themselves.
No, you're a dick.
Well, actually, no. We usually do kick people to the back for this. If I recall.
well, can I answer what Avery asked?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Avery, they posted a video in the Discord, and in the video, the guy, I don't know if he was joking or not, but he said something to the effect of people who like ass, well, men and children have ass, and so therefore, if you like them, then you're gay. And so I made that comment that he's quoting, and he's kind of misquoting it, but it's close enough. That basically, like under that same mental logic, well then by his standards, a woman who's got a flat chest isn't much different than a child. So I guess he's
That's a good point.
a predator. And
I will
so
play
then
the video is so buried. Tessie, do you have the video? Because it's so buried. Because Let's Cheap in Section and Keelan fought about this for like 1,000 messages. So I don't know if I can find it.
yeah. So then they tried to attribute some pedo jacket shit to me as if that's my stance on the whole thing, when I was really only operating within this video guy's framework to prove a point. So that's to answer your question, Avery. And I would say that multiple other people have made similar comments, and
debate the situation.
they don't pedo jacket them.
We will watch the
Wait,
video.
I thought we were going to talk about today's conversation.
Well, let's do this first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's do freaking.
We'll speed run it.
Let's get her done. Okay, just wait. We're gonna listen to this because this is the context. This is important context. Testy, thank you for sending this to me, because this is what started an innocent, little quote, innocent video started so much abject chicanery. Oh, and of course it's a .mov. You iPhone fucks. I hate all of you. God damn it. I have to open up freaking QuickTime. Holy shit. That's fine. That's fine. I'm a professional streamer if you think about it. I could do it.
And dudes have asses. So if you don't prefer tits, you're a gay pedophile. That's why I think being a tit man is, you can always trust a tit man.
Okay.
Because there's no babies with D cups, you know?
See, so literally comparing it to children. So
that
pretty
started
interesting.
everything that happened. And so now go ahead and everyone.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty interesting that me operating in their framework then makes me a PDF according to Let's Chief. He didn't say it directly, but he definitely
I literally
implied it.
said you're
And
more
so, like,
likely dumb than a PDF, because I just think it was poorly.
Yeah, but then you kept implying that I'm both, and it's like, but I'm only operating in that guy's framework. It's not my own standpoint, so I don't think that would actually make me fit either of the criteria.
I like your first example when you said plenty of man out there with man tits. So it's like, well, you could be attracted to tits, and like, men have tits too. But if we're talking about the attraction there, right? So let's take the attraction, and you're talking about an attraction to a real thing that exists. And there's flat-chested women, like Confluence likes rib cage coated women who may or may not be flat-chested
and flaw eyes.
So when you're talking about the attraction to a flat-chested
Didn't say
woman,
that, to be
and then
clear,
you
okay?
talk about that not being different than a kid being flat-chested after directly talking about an attraction to man tits.
That's the same thing they did.
Right. So I just think it
In
was
the video, same thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
would it be fair to say that in his framework, it would follow that what I said fits what he's saying? He's comparing women to men and children.
You weren't
and so did
talking
I.
about from his framework. I mean, I understand that you were doing a critique from his framework. Because you're talking about the men with
literally
man
reply
tits.
to the
But you're
video.
talking about from where you sit. There's men with
No.
So
Did I say? Did I say I was attracted to any of them?
Sentence? No, I didn't say you're
Not if you're
attracted
gonna
to men with
misrepresent.
man tits. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, so then it's not about my attraction.
What the fuck are you talking about? I never said your attraction.
Yeah, you brought up attraction.
No, I didn't.
Which is what the video
interrupt
did.
me after 2 words, and you have no idea what the fuck I'm even saying.
Play it back.
All right. So I said that from where you sit, that means from your perspective, from where you sit, his argument fails because there's plenty of men out there with man tits. So being attracted to tits would mean that you could see a man and be like aroused in the same way. But then when you take and you apply that to a flat-chested tit on a woman isn't much different than a kid being flat-chested, then I think that is a weird fucking place to go with it, because I think it's perfectly normal to have the attraction for a flat-chested, fully grown woman, and to equate that to a child and say, well, you know, the attraction could be the same. It's just a fucking weird example, and that's all I said. I didn't say you're a PDF. I said this was poorly worded, is what I said.
You did imply it, and it doesn't matter if you like the wording or not. It fits within the framework of how he was
Everyone's
phrasing
been laughing for days about it, so that's all
I
it
don't
is.
care.
I'm sorry I hurt your
It doesn't
feelings
matter.
about it.
You didn't
We
hurt
can
my
move on
feelings.
to the next argument.
You'd have to try a lot harder for that. You'd probably need some help from, I don't know, like 3 other people and still get wrecked and disappear out of Discord again. Okay.
We're out of Discord.
Oh, you definitely did multiple times, but that's cool.
There was literally one conversation. This guy's
Months
glory
ago.
days is the
Months
one
ago.
conversation where
Months
I
ago,
showed
what
up to
happened?
just say my piece because I was busy and I had to run. So as soon as I was done
Uh-huh.
talking, I
Excuses.
left, and he acted like I left in the middle of him like grilling me or
You
some
did.
shit. He's such
You
a
did.
fucking phony. It's pathetic. So anyway, let's
Yeah,
talk about today's
That's why you always
conversation.
dodge and pop
So-
shots from the shadows.
So
Peanut
today-
gallery.
Hey, I mean, fucking.
We're not done with the other one yet. You say that it was from my perspective, but it's not my perspective. And at no point at any time during any of that did I say it was my perspective.
From whose perspective does the argument not really hold much water?
His.
From his own
According
perspective.
to yes, from his
You're
own
the one that's making the
perspective.
determination that his argument doesn't hold much water.
Listen,
you were the one
I
making
gave
the
an-
determination.
I gave an
We ran out of
example
time and we're fucking
how
didn't even
the
get to
same
the-
argument he made about tits doesn't work either. So even from his own perspective, it still doesn't work. I could make the same example with men and children like he did within his framework to show that his perspective is flawed.
All right,
I mean, let's see if that is that not fair. The video did make the child comparison, right? So if
Yeah, I
he
didn't
does
start that shit.
Y'all
Right?
make
I mean, that was
Diablo
started in
4
the video.
fights so much more interesting. Just like
The video was
these
talking about how
opposing
kids
sides,
have
it's like,
butts, right?
fuck you.
Well, that's why I thought this was a boring argument and why we should just go to the next
It
one.
is.
Honestly, like I already clarified what it is, that it was just like a fucking hilarious joke that we've been laughing at for days, that he's salty at and thinks the repetition is bad.
I'm not salty.
There was a
Even
little
though-
saltiness.
Okay, so you're not
You sound
salty.
a little
You're not
salty.
salty.
No,
You sound
and I
salty.
will say that if it's okay to pedo jacket, then I get to do the same to y'all. So it's all good. I'm fine with it.
If I
don't
make
mind
yes,
talking shit.
comments
that
about
is allowed.
flat-chested
I don't.
kids
I don't
being,
mind.
like, the
I don't
same
mind
as
talking
women,
shit. I can
fucking
handle it.
that
Even
shit
when
off.
it's 3 of you
Starker
talking
shit.
shit at the same time, I still wreck you.
Hey, as soon as I make a weird, creepy comment like that, you could give it to me all day.
Most
So
of them are.
anyway,
That's
today there was a great
Don't just go ahead and beat 'em.
conversation where he was talking about what I mean, if you want to tell it, where you were talking about on,
No, go ahead and stall, man. Go for it.
I was just going
Tell
to
me
say, you
what
were
was
talking
happening.
about how you were on like was it Glenn and Dusty and Gibbs you were talking to, and they were talking about how there's like a mutual combat law, blah blah blah, and you like showed them
there was not one.
Yep, you showed them sources saying that there wasn't, and that really it's like an affirmative defense, right? And then you said
it's used in defense in court. Yeah,
an affirmative defense, kind of just like, you know, you would say like if you had a copyright claim, you could claim like fair use would be like an example of that, or self-defense is a more relative example, right?
You could say those, but I didn't make those claims. But sure, continue.
Do you disagree?
I don't know. I haven't looked into those.
Oh, okay. Well, just so you know, you could take my word for it. Doesn't affect anything. That self-defense is an affirmative defense anyway. So he was saying that you know, there's certain
caveats.
Caveats we could say that would void the use of the affirmative defense of the mutual combat. That's like no serious bodily injuries, and you specifically mentioned broken noses or bones, getting knocked out, deep lacerations from nails, or a punch splitting skin, for example, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah,
right. So you would. I agreed with the affirmative defense. In my first reply, I said, oh, so it's written the same as a self-defense law or even fair use, literally, like I just told you, or even parody and copyright claims. And I said, that's interesting. But I mentioned the broken nose and also breaking skin, but like really specifically calling the breaking skin with a punch serious bodily injury. I said that you were doing that based off of vibes and that's not like baked into a law anywhere. And that in that same first response, I said that in a legal sense, risk of death or serious bodily injury usually means risk of death, disfigurement, serious damage to the limb or organ.
Yeah, and disfigurement.
Right. So I said, like, if you shatter their nose and they need reconstructive surgery, that would qualify. And then my very, very first response.
Yeah.
Right?
And so if you get a laceration, right, and you get a scar that makes you look different than you used to before, that's not covered under disfigurement?
A facial scar that's disfiguring, yes.
What if a tooth's lost?
Definitely.
So
what if a tooth's lost?
You've already gotten to the part of contention. So, it's pretty easy to end it.
I made that clarification of what qualifies as serious bodily injury according to the state of Texas, because they literally have a definition that includes, you know, risk of death, disfigurement, or protracted reduction in the use of a limb or organ. So, in response to that, you said I'm incorrect, and you wrote what the law said. So I asked.
Yeah, I quoted you the penal code. Yes.
So I asked you. No, that was way later.
You've been talking for so long. When do I get a turn?
I'm just kind of breaking down the situation, right? So if
we arrived at the point that you created the argument about was whether or not a punch can be counted if it splits your skin. And I gave you an example of how it could split your skin in such a way that would fall under that category, thus voiding the defense, which would be my win.
Right. So you said specifically deep lacerations from nails, so like scratching someone, or
it was
a punch splitting skin. So let's
a deep laceration from a punch splitting skin.
No. Deep laceration from nails or a punch splitting skin.
Yes, nails or a punch splitting skin. Either one of those could cause a deep laceration. Is that correct?
So I basically
no. Hold on. Wait. Pause. Can you just answer the question? Can nails being scratched so badly, or a punch to the face, or basically anywhere where the skin is taut, can that, and has it ever been so damaging that it caused a deep laceration that could cause disfigurement?
Yes, but to say broadly,
broadly
though, that a punch that a punch splitting skin automatically
a punch creates physical force that can push someone into unknown things.
You don't get to break up my sentence. It was all written as one sentence.
We're talking
the deep
about
laceration was the
Hey,
point.
Kurt, can you ask one of your physics questions now?
the
Yeah,
point.
like I'm.
No,
Yeah, I mean, I've already won this debate. You conceded. You answered that yes, it is possible. So therefore, it does.
I don't even know what the debate is about anymore.
You just said it was a punch splitting skin. You didn't say a punch splitting skin.
No, that was part of, it was part of the sentence.
I literally said
Talking about like
disfigurement is part of the
manslaughter.
fucking
Like, what are you
definition.
talking about? What are you talking about?
I literally said disfigurement. So if you disagree, if you agreed with disfigurement, then you didn't disagree with what I said.
To say
you were trying
that a
to
punch
fucking
to the
just
face
debate hog me for
would
no reason
not-
and say I was wrong, even though I
You
wasn't
said
wrong.
that
I
a
said it was
punch to
weird
the
to just say
face
a
would
punch
not
splitting
void
skin. You
the
didn't say
defense.
to the
And I
face.
said it would.
It's a Mott and Bailey. You didn't say to the
A
face.
punch splitting skin.
A punch splitting skin doesn't always
causing
qualify.
causing a laceration, causing disfigurement would null
be a
and
punch
void.
or a scratch so bad that it counts as like bodily harm. But in
Of
general,
course,
a punch
it could be
or
so bad.
or
And
nails
I
would not.
never
So
said
what's the point?
all
What is the
punches
point?
do. And I actually even linked him. I wrote down the penal codes and posted them in the chat. And I even did his work for him and showed that bruises and other light scratches do not void the
so
defense. So
lost
I showed him
in
what
the
does
sauce.
and what doesn't.
He's so lost in the sauce that I repeated those exact same things in my very first reply. And he is the one that actually has the hate boner and needs to tell me I'm wrong constantly, because I could
Holy
agree
fuck.
that a punch could be
I
so bad.
had
that
you
you
muted
This is
for
the
like 3
lamest
months and
fucking
you still talk
beef
shit.
I've
Such a
ever
fucking
fucking listened to.
surgery.
Isn't it? It's
so
ridiculous.
fucking
He just
obvious.
wants
But
to find
to say
reasons
a
to argue
punch
with me.
splitting skin
Even though he's not good
is
at
the
it.
fucking like
This is
reason that you're
lame.
not allowed to claim mutual
thoroughly
combat
enjoying
as soon
myself
as you.
over here.
I said that
Are
it-
you? Are you really?
can't
That's
claim
crazy.
mutual
Avoid
combat
mutual
anyway.
combat as soon
That's
as you
funny.
split
I saw this man in the
someone's skin
Discord,
is
so I'm
such
probably getting
pussy
more
shit.
enjoyment than you.
All I had to do was prove it happens
Oh,
in some
fair enough,
instances,
fair
and I'm
enough.
correct.
No,
And
you
you already
didn't.
conceded. Yes, I did.
You
You
didn't
even
have-
agreed
no,
that a
you
punch
didn't.
can do it.
Of course it can, but that's not what you fucking said.
Yeah, I never claimed that all punches do.
You said a punch splitting skin. If you want to change your claim after
Read the whole
fact,
sentence. No, read the whole sentence. You can't pick apart my sentence and then treat it like it's two different
broken noses or
sentences.
bones, getting knocked out, deep lacerations from nails,
Commas in between
or
all of those?
or a punch splitting skin, for example.
Meaning a continuation of a sentence. Lacerations from nails or a punch splitting skin. Yeah.
Yeah, bring up the Discord log.
It's
Yeah,
so
I
long
actually
and
took-
convoluted.
I took screenshots of this specific information and I
like
asked
hours.
Confluence if I should DM them to him. Where I actually
This
clipped
needs to
out
be a
all the
whole
relevant
other fucking
parts.
show.
I literally said for a punch to qualify, it can't simply cause bleeding. It would have to cause permanent
Yep.
disfigurement.
And I
like
never said that it simply causes
But
bleeding.
why are you telling me I'm wrong? Like, listen to this sentence. For a punch to qualify, it can't simply.
The only
cause
part
bleeding.
I told
Let me
you
finish
you're
the
wrong
fucking
about
sentence, you stupid bitch. For a punch
when
to
you
qualify,
said that
for
a punch
to
doesn't
qualify,
void the
it
defense.
can't
Nobody can hear what you're
cause
saying. You're
bleeding.
both talking over each other.
I know he's fucking impatient.
Well, he's just
For
gonna
a
talk
punch to
constantly if I
qualify,
don't jump
it
in
can't
there.
sim- I'm just literally reading the log, and for you to tell
Cool.
me what's
We
wrong,
already
and
heard
you
it.
won't tell me.
All right,
what's
read the
wrong.
log.
I
Hurry
don't
up.
have a
What's
problem
wrong with the law?
over and over, and you said no. Go read the law. Go read the law. It says about a
I'm the one that
punch.
posted the
Go
law.
read the law. I know, and I said for
I'm
a
the one that
punch to
posted it.
qualify,
Pick
a-
something
for
to
a
say.
punch-
Pick
for a
pick
punch
some
to
evidence
qualify,
and let
for a-
one go.
For a punch to qualify, it can't simply cause bleeding. It would have to cause permanent disfigurement, like I said with the nose example. Also easily applies to surgery needed on an eye socket or jaw. It would have to impair them for an extended time, like weeks of blurred vision or a wired shut jaw. Cause significant risk of death, like your loss of consciousness example, and gave you credit for severe concussion or brain hemorrhage, or organ damage, like a traumatic brain injury, permanent vision damage.
You know
So
what this
it-
really is? This
Okay,
really
hold on,
sounds
hold
like
on,
to me-
hold on, hold on, hold
You
on.
guys
No,
been
no,
going
no.
back and
Let them,
forth for like-
let them. Like, it's about to be finished. Just
Oh
don't.
my God, it's been going on for an hour.
No, no, no. But we're just getting to the like. We've just given them parameters. So now, okay, go ahead.
There's nothing.
They
to
paid
disagree
for the 1v1.
It's actually.
Yeah, I never disagreed with the law. I'm the one that fucking posted it. I disagreed with you saying that a punch
You
cannot
disagreed with
void
me
the law.
saying it. That's it. It was me
But
saying
not- no. Listen, you see, you want to talk the whole time, but when I start speaking, you can't shut the fuck up.
All right,
I never
Section, go ahead.
disagreed with the law. I never disagreed with the law. I'm the one that fucking posted it. So, of course, I agree with it. I disagreed with when you made the claim that a punch cannot void the defense law.
Can you show me that log? Show me the log where it
I'm on my
says-
phone right now.
No,
I'll DM it to Confluence.
We need this. Show me the log where I said a punch cannot void the self-defense law, because that's bullshit. You made it up.
No, you're the one that was making it about the
I'll wait
punch.
for it. Actually,
You're the
hop
one
on
that was
your phone
making.
real quick. We'll wait.
You were just right
I'll send
now
the
talking
while you go.
Good Lord. Are you done? Can I go now?
We need some evidence. Hold on.
This is like a
Voltaire says bring the
disagreement
evidence.
about what was said in the Discord, because I think you both agree now, right?
I didn't disagree that much in the very
He
beginning.
conceded to me,
Disagreed
yeah.
with me saying it.
Yeah, he conceded to me. He agreed that it is possible
No.
for a punch to split someone open in such a way that it causes
Similar. This is
disfigurement.
why these two
He
things
wanted to
happen
argue
back
for
to
a
back.
whole
The
day
PDF
'cause he doesn't
thing,
like
I mean,
me.
they're very similar in that way, where there wasn't really much of a disagreement, but it turned into a whole thing, and that's what Discord's all about. So now we're here.
If only
Is that what it's all about for Confluence? He needs that fucking adrenaline.
Yeah. Confluence
All
likes
right.
the dopamine.
So now that you guys got that very important stuff out of the way, this is reminding me of an argument I had with Let's Chief on the horseradish, where I was directly citing laws and case precedent and all these things to him, and he was taking the Section 230 route on it. It's just kind of interesting to see you going the other way on this one.
I'm the one that's citing laws, though. How is he taking the
I
Section
cited the
230
same
route?
law. I cited it for my very first reply.
You already conceded that a split cheek can create a laceration that can cause disfigurement. That was the whole argument.
Equally healthy, all other. I don't know. I'd like to say breastfeeding is probably more healthy than fucking.
Breastfeeding is just objectively better. Okay, that could be a different panel for a different topic, but Confluence has a hard out, unfortunately. Tomorrow though. I don't actually know what I'm doing tomorrow. Cultural Thursdays, a lot of prompts, and it's my late night tomorrow. So there's time for anything and everything to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, it's pronounced tomorrow. It's not pronounced tomorrow.
Shut the fuck up, Kirk.
No.
This guy should have been removed from the panel after yesterday.
He did, yeah. Reminder that Kirk did threaten to mass flag the stream, but he's apologized. So water under the burned bridge.
I don't know. More like water under a fridge.
Do you have a data center for a prompt tomorrow?
Is he like a Stacy
just
number
for
2?
you, it's going to be a lot of prompts because it's Cultural Thursdays. That's the new thing we're going with. So any type of cultural topic, hot button issue, aka give me my dopamine after my fucking work week. Okay, that's what it's about. So yeah, we can add a data center one in there, of course. But yeah, until next time, thank you, Let's Chief. Thank you, Section. First time chatter.
Like and subscribe.
Voltaire. Thank you, Avery. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Tyler Average Debate and Goyer. Thank you, Cool Kid Koiki Goy. And thank you, the chat. Thank you, Kokomo. Thank you, K2. Thank you, K2 again. And thank you, Kokomo again, the dream team we got going on right now. See you guys tomorrow. 07s. Bow, 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 bow.